Good to see everybody. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Let's get the disclaimer up. All right. Good morning, Steve. Good morning to everyone else. Again, I want to welcome you to Blue Sky Live Day Trading Stream. I'm Coach Riz. I'll be your host this morning. Hopefully, we'll have our awesome guest in this morning. So we'll hopefully see Mike in this morning. We'll get the morning news for us, and we'll break down what's happening and what to expect. You know what, team? I think I actually figured out the issue with my trade C chart. I think I figured it out. I think there's a problem with the volume candle. I noticed that yesterday when I was using the volume candle, or yeah, over the course of the weekend, I was playing with the chart. I was doing a little homework, huh? So got on the chart, was messing around with it, and I noticed that I get some nasty delay with the volume candles. And you know what? It's in beta. It's in beta, so that's kind of the reason why. So I'm not worried about it. I think today we're gonna be all right today. I don't think we're gonna be frustrated today. I need to set some of my levels. So let me set my London high and lows for the session. Pretty nasty sell off. Where's my low? I don't even see it here. Not drawn at or something. Maybe- maybe we can really see that. Maybe there's a candle there. It's not even technically the high there. Got any more here right now where we're at in the morning session. More the high. Loss. Wait a minute. That's it right there. Right now, the morning session high is with 25, 196. I haven't looked much at the chart this morning yet. I'm still getting my bearings, so no worries, no worries. Let's see, let's get that low in. That's going to be down at 24,914. All right, let's drop a line right there. On the low. All right. Algo's got me in some longs right now, so I've been long for a minute. Let me double check where we're at. Oh yeah, yeah, we're up about $100 across 3 accounts right now, so not too bad. But you can tell the chart is actually working a lot better than it was yesterday. So excited about that. That means we're gonna have no issues today. Can't speak. Let me bring you on stage, Mike. That you can't speak because you're not on the stage, sir. Good morning. Alrighty, Mike, you're on the stage now. You will be able to speak now.
Hello, check, check, 1, 2.
Hey, good morning, Mike.
Morning, guys. Hope I can get my. Hopefully, I can get my screen to share. I don't know, man. I'm having some. I'm having a
All
little
right.
bit
It
of
sounds like
technical
we've got
problems
Mike
this morning,
already
guys. So
with
you got
us,
to bear with me
joined
here.
up with us. So, well,
It's not my screen though.
let's see
My
what he's
screen
got
will
in store
share. It's
for
just
us. I
I'm
think it's
having
going to be a
problems with
great
my other
morning.
side of that monitor. I got a monitor that's down this morning, so it's kind of strange. I think it's a wire. I'll have to look into it in a second. Let's just get the morning started, then we'll switch over.
Yeah, that's no problem, Mike.
Yeah, we'll get this morning started here. Get the screen. I've got the screen to share right here. So let me share this Ninja one real fast with you guys. If we, well, Discord's not wanting to even share anything. It's still turning this morning. Come on, really? This is entire screen. Okay, there we go. Duh. Let's share this one real quick until we get the other one up. Okay, cool. It's not. It's definitely a PC wire. Probably. I think something's off the back down there. Because I was noticed it Saturday and I was working on it and I thought, wait a minute, it can't be this or that. So we'll see. I might get my other charts up here. Yeah, I got monitored. It's not coming on. So it's all right. we got this one. We still got the other 4, so 3. But they're small ones. I like sharing those because they're too small. I can't hardly see them myself. So if I can't see them, I don't want you guys looking at it either. All right, look. So this morning, guys, what did the market do on the news of the Straits? Right? It tanked, of course, but then it rebounded right here, as you can see. But what does this mean for us as a day trader? What does this mean, guys? Anybody know what this means? I tell you what it means. It means that we're trying to rebound, right? Well, not really. That's what they want us to think. So, as you guys can see on this move right here, this comes to right here. Right there, right? You see that? Now, a lot of people will put it out here like this. Okay, you can put it here. That's not a crime. Okay. It's not. But this is a more intelligent place to put it. Okay, so we know this. Okay, so we went right down to a trend line. Okay, trend line bounce right here. See this move right here? Let's go up here and mark this top right here. Okay. Oh, not there. That's kind of weird. It's one of those straight up ones. We're going to mark this top right here. This is where we started this short. Get rid of this crap right here, guys. We don't want that on there. Holy crap, what happened there? Oh, wow. I moved it. That's all right. That's fine, too. Okay, so I just moved it over. Get it out of the way. Don't care. Just keep it over here somewhere. Okay, so we got this. We got this that came through here. We got this top up here, guys. This is where the short started, right here at the bottom of this frame we made, right? So where are we going to go? Back to the frame? More than likely, that's where we're going to head to. If we're going to make a move with the bulls and keep this bull move going, guys, we need to break this frame box. We got to break this frame box right here. We need to break the blue line too, of course, because we had that target marked, I think, for Friday. So we got to come back through these 3 things right here to get back to here to start this move to the top, right? That makes sense. However, more than likely, what we'll probably do is come here or here and hit this and rebound straight back down again. Now, we do have an option this morning because we already know there's a Gartley pattern on the screen. I can see it on myself. So the B pattern sits at about what? 216? And then 216 is about right in here somewhere, right about just above this line here. So we got to break through the 216. And why do we got to do that? Because 211. Why is 211 so important this morning? 211 is a bank level, guys. Bank level 211. Okay, so bank level's 211, and the other bank level is way above 350. So you've got a bank level right here, and you got a bank level somewhere right up in here. Okay, right around this high up here. So this makes perfect sense to us this morning. However, we're on the verge of moving up. As you can see now, there's new targets on the 4-hour now. Well, not really on the 4-hour. I think it's more long-term than that. So we probably would be, I'm looking at 385 this morning. 385 is a good place to go to. 385 is a great place to go, but also the pullback on this is about, what, 90? What's about 90 down here somewhere? So it's like 90 right in here. It's like right down here, like just below this line right here. There's 104. So the pullback's 88 and 90. So the pullback's sitting right here. This is exactly where we're supposed to be going back to, 87.90. So it makes perfect sense. So what we're going to do this morning, guys, what kind of trade are we looking for? Well, our longs are at 207, which is sitting right there right now. 207, 214, 218. That's it. So right here, guys, where the 207 sitting is a long. The pullback long is 197, okay? So you got 197 and this morning in 211. No, wait a minute. 207, excuse me. So 197, 211, the big pullbacks are 186, 184. So right now we look for 184, 186 to drop back down to. Oh, wait a minute. We could get this other one down here because they're just trying to sneak one in on us this morning. And that's going to be that little sneaky one right there around about the 195. So the Bears have a structure at 195 also, but they really didn't let anybody know they were going to put it there. and they have a neo structure above us too, which is going to be probably right around the 202. So instead of being 207, it's 202, but I'm not really concerned about that because, hey, 207, 202, I'll take the 207 every day. As you guys can see, the 195 trying to pull back down to 195 now. Look at that. Right there, 198. It should be 195. If we get under 195, the bears might take this down to 186. Okay. So right now you got traffic. You got the 194 traffic up to the 205, 207. So 194 to 207 is the traffic for the bulls. You need to be at 207 to take a long. That's fact. 207 and above. Shorts, well, 94, 87, 81. 81 short was going to be perfect this morning to 71. So I'm looking for 81 short, 207 long. That's it, guys. 181 short, 207 long. That's it. What we got to do. Ugh, it sure is good gas coffee this morning. So what we're doing, guys, is we're trying to make sure that we just get the good trade this morning before things get stupid. And there's my 207 right there. See that? See that 207 right there, guys? I don't know why it's not showing on that screen, and it's not. So this morning, guys, my trade's not showing either. That's kind of strange. I'm in the trade already, and it's not showing here. I'm in the trade, and it's not showing on my screen. That's strange. It's showing on all the other screens, but this one. Well, it's showing on that one, too. It's strange. Strange. There it is, showing it. See that? 390, guys? So it would be the 207 up here. So we can use this chart to draw that on. So we know, guys, it's right here. Now, I was working on that frame chart, guys, that you guys had right there. So there's the 207 somewhere right in this area is that 207 area that we want to use. Okay, this is going to be perfect because this is where the trade will be right here at 207 this morning if she goes long. And I do believe if they're going to go long right here at the open, it's going to be 207. So I'm just going to mark it now. Took 390 out of it. That's not bad. 390 is fine. Little trade. Not very good. Just 390. It's cool. 390 is good money, though, I guess. Let's go. We're waiting for it to open here. Now, remember, it can pull back at the open, guys. Almost time to open here. Here we go. There's $890, $850. Look at that. Look at this. There you go, guys. Easy trade. Where's this going to go? All we're looking for is it to punch the 219 to 232, 232 to 240, 240 to 251. There you go, guys. Trade dig's done. Just made $3,000. Look at that. What'd I tell you? Here we go. 230. They're trying to get the 230, guys. They want that 230. If they get the 230, I would assume 240 easy. There's your 230. 230 is the secondary entry off of this 220 down here, 218. Remember, this has got some serious, it's got serious pull in it, so it can drop any minute. But you want to get so you want to watch this. You want to take profits in it, just scale out if you have to or whatever, but get profits. Don't let it come back and kill you, guys. That's ridiculous. 241, let's go. 230 to 241 would be beautiful. 241 to 251 is even better because I'd really like to be sitting at 260 on this, but we'll see. We shall see. How you like this, guys? How about some input back? You guys just nailed a massive trade for almost over $3,000 right there. One call, boom, done. I could be done already this morning, guys, in a minute, 2 minutes. $2,000, 2 minutes, bye. See you later. And we're at the box Remember when I taught you guys how to frame the charts? Where are you at, guys? Does anybody see where we're at on the frame? We're right at the box, bottom of the box on the frame. We went and nailed the bottom of the frame box that I taught you guys on Thursday. Isn't that amazing? All right, so we're still looking for like 20 here. You got to be over 20 here. You got to be over 20, guys. Anything over 20 is a long. Anything under 20 is going to pull back to 7, okay? So you're looking at 20 long to 31 long or 32 long. But right now it's probably going to pull back down to 15, 17, which is normal. It's supposed to pull down to 15, 17. Anything under 15, 17 goes back down to 7, and we don't want that. But this is where I'm marking my long. So you guys know where I'm going long every time is going to be 7. Now, if we get under 7, what are we going to do? We're just going to wait a few seconds because it's either going to go long at 6, 7, 2, or 198 down there. So we could go 7 long. We could go 202 long. We can go 198 long. We can also come back down here and fade 195 long. So all these places we can still go long if it doesn't hold. If the bears can't do anything with it, we will just take it right back up, right? And right now the bears ain't doing shit with this. It looks like they're going to because you're seeing that big pullback candle in this. But in theory, guys, they're really not. Because if this thing doesn't get over 195, 197, it's not going down, okay? It's not going to happen. And you see the big wick right here? You guys see the big giant wick sticking out like a sore thumb? Right there. And if you don't get past this wick, the bears ain't doing shit. Okay? It's just not going to happen. So right now, guys, I'm out of that trade. I'm waiting to get into another trade at 207. 207, 210, right in that area. So we're just going to wait to get back in another one, 207. That's where I'm marking my trade this morning. That's exactly the trade I'm taking every time. As long as these guys keep giving me the money, I'm just going to keep taking it. Until we get break a structure somewhere else where we can add on or maybe we can scale out. But 220 is a good place to look at, guys. If it doesn't pass at 220, we got to take profits. Okay? You don't got to take all your profits, but I would assume to take some of them. 220 to 230. Okay? It's actually about I think 228 is a good place to be. So it's actually about 228, not 230. So you can go 220 to 228. If it doesn't hold 228, you can scale back, wait for it to bounce to 220 again. And hopefully she rebounds again. And for all you guys that got framed boxes with me Friday, look at that. Look at this frame. See the frame we drew, guys? See where she's sitting at? Look at that. She went right to the area we put in the frame Friday or Thursday. Right to it. Shows you perfectly example that when you do the right thing to the chart, it does go where you want it to go, right? Here we go again. Trying to get that 207 again. So that's twice, guys. We've been over $2,000 twice at 207 this morning. So it's pretty much 2,300 the first time and about 2,350 the second time. 22 actually. So it's like 40 some, over $4,000. $4,000 in 6 minutes. Not bad. So we wait. Now we wait, guys, because we know we can get 202 long. We know we can get 195 long. So 195 and 202 are now the new longs for us. But this could come down now. They might let the bears have a little taste here, but we'll see. But I think 159, 169, 159 is about the stoppage on the bear side. So we got to be careful with that also. So guys, we'll take our long place off that we wanted to go long. Now we're going to come down and try to see where we can go short, but there's a lot of problems with the shorts this morning. Lots of problems. They're probably going to play games with these shorts, guys. I just don't really like the shorts that much this morning. I do like the 184 short down here, but it's just really, ugh. I think 184 comes right down here and just taps to 171, maybe. It's really like, it's one of those things where you want to go short, but it's like, yeah, I don't know if I want to. Because we know that right here at the bottom of this candle right here, this 181 area, this little area right down in here is going to be a problem at the 174, 171. So a lot of guys will look at this as a rebound area, like right here on this candle sitting. See right here, they'll look for rebounds right here for a little bit of money. So you can get a little bit right there. See how I got the rebound here on this one with just one contract? I'm not getting stupid and trying to put more in. Because I can always add up here at the top at 195. Add one here. See? You can always add. You can always add if you wanted to, or subtract if you want to. But that's what we do. Just take a little bit of money up there and take it and get out of it. That's all you got to do. But we know that this problem candle is right here, guys, and that candle is going to rebound a lot. See how they want to bounce this? It's always late. I was trying to get in right here to show you guys this little move. But as you can see, it's right there. Right there. See, that's on the candle right there. If you don't break that candle, they're going to rebound that candle, right? We already know this. If you can't get past that candle as a bear, it's going to rebound for some money every time. It might only be $300, guys. Even 250, 300, 400, it don't matter. I'll take whatever it gives me. But I'm not looking for a big giant long right here. I'm only looking to maybe 202 off of this. I'm only looking for 202, 202 and 207. If it holds those, I'm great. I'll stay in it. But if it doesn't go past the 202, if it goes to 201, pulls back to 200, I'm out. I'll take the 5 points and bail. If it holds the 200 and 202, gets past 207, I'll stay in this. But this is what you have to do when you're trading, guys. You have to look at the charts and say, okay, I'm in the money. I'm going to take money, up here where he says I'm going to take it, or I'm just going to get out and not mess with it. Or I'm not going to trade it at all. There's no sense jumping in a trade if you're not already got a plan to take profits somewhere. It's a waste of time. If you don't know where they're taking profits at, why are you getting into a trade? You have to know where to get in, where to get out. You get in you got in down at 195 is a perfect entry. 202 is the exit if it don't hold. 207 is the hold level, or 207 is an exit level. So it has to hold the 202 and 207. Once it breaks the 207, it'll jump. If she don't break the 207, she's not going to jump. So we just take profits, guys. That's all we do is just take our profits and walk away. Easy morning. Very easy morning. So we just take profits up here and we wait. We wait for it to come right back and do the same thing again. I thought we'd have a lot more volatility this morning on a Monday after the straits and all that stuff was announced. But man, this is kind of sad, actually. I was expecting a really, really big move this morning, but probably going to be a short more than likely. But that's not going to come right now. I think that's going to come later. If these bears want this back, as soon as they break this 68 down here, this thing's over anyway. As soon as you get under this, like right here, where this line's kind of sitting right here at the 60, 68 level, just right in here. Once you get past this candle right here for the bears, this shit's over with, guys. I can tell you that right now. As soon as you break down just below, probably right in this area right here, guys. As soon as we get right in this area right this morning, right about I'd say probably on the safe side right there. As soon as we break this box with the bears, might as well pack it up. They'll short it all over again. So keep an eye on that box because you're going to know that they can come back to that box. They probably will come back to the box before the day's over. Yeah, it's this other one right here. I think you're talking about right here, guys. I think this is what Lewis is talking about right here. See this, guys? I do believe this is what he's talking about right over here, guys. You see the box that we drew Friday? Right there. You see that, Lewis? There's you. That's what he's talking about, guys. That's the gap that we drew Friday. We know, or Thursday, excuse me. We know that that box is that top marker up there, and that's a good place to go short if you can't break it. And that's exactly what the Bears did. They came right up to our framed area for Thursday, right here. Then they dropped it, trying to drop it back down. See this? But it's okay because every time they do this, I'm getting money. So they keep coming up and going back down. They keep coming right back there to 195 where I got that entry setting at 195, guys. 195, 207, 202. Those are the longs. Now we know if we come over here also on this side, you take this candle right here, right there. There you go. See that? This is the trend you're trading in, guys. This is your uptrend side right here. This is where you're trading at. Okay, so this is your lower and this is your upper. Okay, so we know we have a mid, right? We always have a midline. So the midline's about halfway down through here. So it should be like right in here somewhere. And I would say it's probably right here. This is probably our midline. More than likely, that's the midline of this. Oh, what the hell is this? Okay, there. So that's our midline right there, guys. No, you know, everybody knows what a midline is, right? You know, have a midline inside of the box here. That might be a little lower because it looks like I got it too high, but we'll see. I think it's right here though. I like that right there. I'm gonna leave it right there for it. Because I'm not doing anything with this. If she don't break the 80, if she don't break the 83 down here, guys, 83, 81, see the 81 right here? Right to 82. If she doesn't break this line right here, guys, and that candle there, she's just gonna rebound anyway. 82 is another long. See right here? That's the other long right there, guys. 80, 82. Just letting you know that's the other long. But see how they got this line right here, the trend line? So that trend line kind of lines up right in here, guys, at about 66. Well, that's another good place for it to bounce off and go right back up, right? So we got our trade up here. We're just waiting around to see if it's going to happen. We're not going to worry. Now, if she bounces off this trend line here, we know we can go long there too. And why is that? Because it's 172 long down here, guys. Right there. There's your other long at 172. This is where the bulls want to get in also. 172 is a good long also. Remember that. 172, but 172 can be the short pullback also. So you got your long short right here. This is probably going to come down to 158, more than likely. I would take this to 158 if I was the Bears, if they had any sense. But right now they're not doing it. But this should come down to 158. 158, 157 is the target down there. But see, it's supposed to be 172 to 158, guys. You see how you drew the midline, guys? What happened on the midline trade? You just took the midline trade long. See that? Anybody do that with me this morning? Very interesting, isn't it? You like that, Lewis? You guys see how you can draw around things on your chart and make things work? It makes your trading easier because you know where you're supposed to be. $1,600 trade just off a line. Look at this craziness. 182 is the other entry, guys. See, 182 and 195 are both entries north. These bulls want the 182 to continue to 195. To break the cycle, to get out of this bull move, the bears have to go past the midline and get down here. You got to be down here, guys, way down here. See, look at this 82 here, guys. See, it's supposed to go to 157. I don't know why they just don't go ahead and do it, because that's what they're supposed to do. But right now, we'll wait and see if we get pullback trades. We're going to wait 82 and see how many pullback trades we can get. Because every time she comes at the 182, I'm going to try to enter long. So I'm just waiting around, guys. I could go short right here also. I can go short to 157, guys. I know it's going to go 157. I already know it's going to probably happen. So they're just waiting to see if they can get it. See? Look at that. Absolute beautiful trade again. Same spot. Even more money this time than last time. Got 1,600 last time. Look what we got now. 2,400. Beautiful. I leave these trades up for a reason, guys. To let you see where I'm getting in at. $172 is a perfect trade, man. Look at that. Well, I'm done. Just killed $8,000. I'm done. Top of the box, guys. Top of the box. You know it's 20, right? 20 areas where we got to be. You got to be above 20 on this to get to 31. We got to break the 20, guys. We have to get past the 20. If we can get past the 20 and get in that box to 30, this could be fun. This could really go. Now look how we came down with the bulls and bought low like you're supposed to. Look at that, 250 right there. This should go to 260. 60 is the target, guys, off of 50. 52 to 60. 60 is now the new target. Once you break 60 in this, oh yeah, it could get real fun. Our next target there is 84, guys. Boom, look at that, 14K. Good morning. Who's in it? Anybody get this trade with me? Because you should have. 84, let's go. '60's the pullback, 84 is the target. 84, 86, and 91. 84, 86, 91, guys. What I'd say about breaking the box or getting to the box, guys. You just jumped the trend line move. Come on, 84, let's go. If I'm a big bull, where am I wanting to go? I'm wanting to go at least up here to 92 because I know I'm trying to get back to that close up there around that 330 because that 330 is beautiful too. There it is, guys. There's your 92 right there. Boom, 92. Now, what's the next target up after 92? Well, let's see. It's going to be 99. 99 is the next target. Okay. And then from there, it's going to be 303. 299 and 303. That's going to be the next two. Once you break 303, this thing is done, man. She's going to go 223. Going to try to run all the way to 323, I think. But I think, see, we got that 292 up here, so we just made a new high. And there it is, guys. There's my trade of the day right there. I'm so done. Done. I took $4,000 twice this morning, made it 8, and now I got 15. About 24,000 this morning already called. I closed out. That was a good long, right, Vodka? But guys, it's just called patience. Patience and knowing where the trade's going to be, guys. Once you figure out where that trade's going to be, this is boom. Knowing when to leave. That's right, Vodka. Know when to get out, guys. Know when to let your trades, know when to get that profit and walk away. We're going back down to C pattern now, which is about 253. We know C pattern is sitting at 253, guys. That's projection. Projection this morning was 253. But I'm not worried about projection. I didn't want to scare you guys and tell you projection was only 253 because I figured we'd break that anyway. So I didn't want to have you guys freaking out and start taking profits at 253 because that's projection module. So we don't want to do that. We want to be above that and keep going. There is a secondary projection over here at 270, but I wouldn't say anything about that either this morning. Just wanted to let it ride. Because I figured this would probably blow up and get past the blue box this morning. And that's what we did. That's right, guys. Now, what have I done? I scaled out, guys. I completely scaled out of this. I took profits at the top way up there. So I'm just kind of showing you guys. I've only got 2 in it, but I'm a lot more up than I'm showing because I scaled out. So yeah, oil's gonna fall apart probably, guys. I'm hoping oil. Well, oil could go up if they keep the straits blocked, guys. Oil's gonna go stupidly. It's gonna take off. If you mean by nuke going down or nuke going up, because oil should rebound and start going back up. I don't want oil to go back up because gas prices are nuts now. But you guys know the overall plan of what we're doing, right? The plan that we have in place for the blockades and the oil and all this stuff is because we are now making everybody buy the oil from us to get back the money that we borrowed. See, the U.S. owes all these other countries money, England, Europe, all these people. They're all got to buy oil from us now and clear our debt. We're going to make people clear our debt. We're going to sell them our oil. And then we're going to clear U.S. the debt, bring the debt, bring the debt down. Here we go, guys. Now we're looking for 240, about 248 right here. If they can hold, well, I'd say 51. If you can hold the 51 here, 51 goes to 60, guys. Yeah, I know. We always say we're going to, but we keep adding shit to it. So 261 is a perfect trade here, guys. Because 261 goes to 84, but we got to make sure that we stay above that box. See that box right there? The top of the box is 261. That's a perfect area to trade off of. That 261 is a good spot to be in as long as she holds the 61 and goes back up. That's right. We're going to make them buy them treasuries. You're exactly right, Vodka. We already know that's coming. They're going to make that dollar, guys. The dollar was, when all those countries secretly met 4 or 5 months ago and China started going down to Venezuela and buying that oil, we stopped that 10 million barrels a day. Okay. So China, Russia, and several other countries got together and started buying silver and gold. As you guys seen that happen a couple weeks ago, right? About 2 months ago. So gold and silver just took off. Well, they had a secret meeting. All of them got together and had a secret meeting in Radali or some weird name country. I forget the name of it. But they were trying to get their own currency going with gold and silver and not use the US dollar to buy all their goods. Well, we've stopped that. We shut Venezuela down and kept China from getting that oil out of there. So China then moved over to Iran and started buying 5 million barrels a day, and we just stopped that too. So now we're forcing everybody to come back to the dollar because we have to do it because it's always been that way. So that's what they're trying to do. That's right. It's spot on, man. I figured out this plan a long time ago, guys. I look at all the economics around the world and what makes sense, right? We already know that's what makes sense. We want them to buy the treasury bonds, and we're going to make the dollar stronger. And while we do that, we make sure we control all the oil. If we control the oil, we control the world, and that's the plan. Yeah, I believe you. People will laugh at you about the things we predict. But hey, look, I look at the markets and look at Wall Street and look at all the other guys that trade this stuff for a living like we do. We trade for a living, guys. It's our job to know what's going on, right? When you do this for a living, you need to know. You need to know what's going on, geopolitical, all that kind of stuff, because it affects your day to day. Not all the politics affect us, but when it comes to oil, yes, oil affects our trading, guys. Silver and copper and gold, nah, not so much. But the treasury bonds, the dollar, and oil can really make your trading really messed up, or it can really make your trading beautiful. It's just like the VIX. You may ever watch the VIX? The VIX can make your trading shitty or good. Depends on if you're watching it or not. Most guys will watch the VIX. What's the VIX doing today? Has anybody looked at the VIX today? What's it doing? Look at the VIX. Let me know. VIX. I'm sure Steve can tell you because I know he's already looked at it this morning. I've looked at it. Who else has looked at the VIX? Who looked at the dollar index this morning? Anybody look at the dollar index? It's on the futures. You'll see it. Anybody look at the dollar index this morning? What's the dollar index doing? See, you got to know. So it's like if you're buying cows, guys. Cows. Did you know cows are a futures? I bet you didn't know cattle was a futures market. Corn's a futures market. Those guys buying cattle, they want to make sure they get the right price on the cows, right? All right, guys, we're at 284 again. 84 goes to where? Back to 303. Yep, baby cattle. 84 goes to 93, guys. 93 to 96 and back to 301, 302. They're trying to get the 302 to break, guys. They want to take 302 trade up to 325. They would love to see 325 hit and go north. I think the plan, though, I really think the plan for the Bulls is to get the top target where the banks are sitting, and that's 360. 360 is where the banks are sitting, guys. Right up here. Right about right about here. Oh, well, that's not gonna work. That's strange. I'm just trying to get this shit to go up there and it won't. Right about in here. Right there. Somewhere in that line right there. It would make perfect sense because your big boy bank's sitting up here. So, but we got to make sure that we stay above the 302. Like I said, 302 goes to 325, guys. 324.50 is about the perfect area, but 325 is fine. 325 to 335, 335, 336. So once we cross the 25, we're looking for 36 this morning. So your entries are 302 and 325 now, 324. We got a big strong candle trying to push this market. So we're going to see what they do with this. Remember, guys, we were at 15K. We scaled out everything. We're back to 6,000 again. It's nuts. So 325 crosses, guys. They're going to look for more longs to push those longs back to 336. The pullback entry is going to be 301. Your entry 301, 303. 301 and 303 are the pullback entries. This is what they structure for their friends. Hey, you missed the trade the first time. I'm sorry. We'll bring it back to you and let you try again. Especially around that 314, 313 right there. I love the 14 also. 13. That's not a conditioned area to trade in, but I do know it's there. I like 11 to 14 area, right in that area. That's another push area. If they're going to hold it, it's got to stay above 11 anyway, guys. 11 and 3, so we already know that's going to happen. See, if they're going to hold it, it's 11 and 3. There's 11, there's a 3. Now you're going to go back to the 301, 302 and 99. And then they'll try to get back to 302 and push it again. See, 302 is that entry. You got 302, 311, 199 or 299, 298 down there is another entry. There's little entries all over the place down there, but I like that 302 the best because that's one of the big market levels that we have anyway. So what they do, guys, is they try to stabilize the bulls. They want anything from 285, okay, to 302. So anything between 285 and 302 is an entry going north, and they know it. Because anything under 285 is where the shit hits the fan, and the bears try to pull it back. These are all just normal pullbacks of a long. That's all they are. Why aren't we going up? Does anybody know why we're not going up? Have you looked at your chart? Can you tell me why we're not going up, guys? What's the problem here? Does anybody want to take a stab at it? If you can look at this chart and tell me why we're not going up, I'll give you a let's see, what can we give you? First person that gets it right, I'll have Steve give you a one free 50K account. How about that? One free 50K. We're only going to make it for like 1 minute, though. It's only for 1 minute. Absolutely the best coach you ever had. Thank you. I do appreciate that, man. Nope. You guys are all wrong so far. Ain't nobody got it yet. Nope. Not that one either. Come on, guys. Somebody ought to know. Look at the chart. It's right there in front of you. So the fridge can get in. That's hilarious, Tracy. Hey, my fridge just wants some too. I think there's a song like that. That's hilarious. Not the bank level, nope. Nope, we're not. That's not it either, Jessica. Good try, guys. All right, you got about 20 seconds here. 18, 15, 12, 10, 9, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nobody got it. Unbelievable. Y'all were close, though. Some of you guys were close. Why isn't this trade going up? Okay, I'm going to show you. Okay, Nacho. Remember what I always tell you guys in the morning? What is the biggest plan in your day? Look left on your chart. Why are we looking left? Why are we looking left? Because what I've called this, guys, this is why you're not going up. From here to here. This is why. Because the traffic to the left is stopping you. The previous candles over here are killing your ass. This contraction area is what I want you to look for. If somebody said, hey, the contraction area to the left is stopping us, that's the perfect answer. That's the answer I'm looking for because that is the correct answer. The contraction box is beating the shit out of us this morning. Now we got to get 220, guys. 220 is another entry, but they got to get it past it. But now you guys can learn off that. You guys know to always look left when you start moving these candles, especially when you've had big drops. You know there was contraction before the drop. We already see that. That's a normal. This is normal to have a contraction before the drop. That's beautiful. It's a perfect setup in trading. So when you look left over here from this side, you're looking back at this big thing going, wow, it came down. But why did she come down? Well, news was one, but they had to have a contraction box for two. So they got contraction to start dropping it here, but then they got past our big marker box here that we drew, and boom. If you took the trade at this box, man, if you took that short and you took that, let me know, because if you did, you made an excellent trade from where we drew this at Thursday, guys. That sets you up for a massive trade there. Okay, so we're at 225 again now, guys, and we're expected to go to 236. I can tell where this is going. These guys are trying to get this bank level. These bulls want the bank level, guys. They really want that bank level. It's part of trading. They always come back to the bank level. Right now, we're just trying to push that up there to get to it. And you could really see this thing fly if we break this bank level. They really could push this market hard because they got a huge bank level above it. I mean, big bank levels. Let's see if they got this cop. Let's see if they got this. They don't have it structured out either. They don't. That's kind of weird. I figured they would, but they don't. So the next bank level from this bank level, guys, is all the way up here. The next bank level sits way up here. Right there. You see this? The banks are way above that area. Look at that. So you've got a bank level sitting here, a bank level sitting here, and then where's that lower bank level? Which you guys will. I'll show you that in a second. In fact, just got to go get it, put it on the chart. The lower bank level, I do believe, is hiding from us this morning. It's kind of weird. Well, there's two of them actually. 156, 104. So down here, guys, at the 156. Where's that thing at right over here? So 154 is like right here. It's right, like right in here, guys. Boom. Okay. Those are both bank levels together. Okay. So you got this one here. Bank. That's your lower bank level right there. Well, I can't get this thing to work this morning. Come on there. Get over there. Don't be crazy. Your bank level's right here. Boom. Check that out. Too low, too high. Right? What we know about historically about the bank levels, guys, we love to go to them. Okay. You see this? How we love to go to them over here? Look how many times we go to the bank level here. We love to go to them, but we have a problem sometimes getting past them, right? So we short. So if this gets to the bank level, guys, and does the same thing over here and just kind of messes around and never goes through it and stays above it, then you know they're probably going to short it up here. So the bears are sitting up here is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay. So let's go look and see also. Let's go look over here and check this out. Where's the. Oh, okay. Well, we do have something important sitting here. 336, guys. 336 to 339. Okay. So 336 is right. It's going to be hard to draw. Because there's a 333, 335, 335 to 338 and a half right there. This little thing, which is kind of dumb. 39 is that top box anyway. This is kind of crazy, but we'll go and put it up there anyway. This is a little small area, but hey, they're sitting there. See a little red line up there, guys? Kind of odd, isn't it? Bears are sitting right here. The Bears are sitting up there. What are they doing up there? I'm like, why are y'all there? And why are you only there at 4 points? That don't make any sense. But they're there. That's hilarious, man. I mean, that is hilarious. I just find that very entertaining this morning. No, we're not you would not hold that short all the way down to the bank level, guys. That's not what I mean, because you've got too many levels in beside that. What you're looking for here, guys, is the rebound for the Bulls, okay, is 285. If you break the 285, she might stay short down to 269, okay, or even 273. But 73 is the pullback off 85. So if she comes short at 85, you expect 273. But if it don't break that short at 85, she will rebound up. Because you've got that 72 and 70 right there together, and they're both kind of a pain in the ass this morning for the Bulls. Because after that, you got like 69. So it's all right in that area. Learn something new every day. That's right, man. We do learn something new every day. I've always been learning. I continuously learn. I've always continued my learning and education and trading. Even as I'm trading, I learn something all the time. The 275, actually. Watch her come to 275 right here, guys. Watch. Watch her pull back to 275. If she don't break 275, then guess what? It'll bounce up. If she breaks 275, where will she go next? She will go down to 270. Okay, if it don't break those, it goes back to 285. So 284, 285 is where she goes back to from 275, right? Pulls back from 275, goes to 270. So you're going back to 285 right here. Boom. Now she goes back to 92, 91, 92 after that. So this is the pullbacks that you're looking at. It's kind of amazing, actually. But look how low we are in the trade. The 171 trade, guys, we're still holding 171. We're going to hold 171. It's crazy if we don't. Well, I'm not looking for no shorts. I'm still in the long. I want to see if these Bulls are going to push this back up to the top. But they got to get through those bears up there to 30, between the 36 and 39. We know that. I'll see how we got under the 75 here, guys. 282. We're trying to get back to 75, right? Watch them try to pull us down to 75 right here, off 285. Right there. See that? Now watch them try to go 75 to 70. If you can't get 70 to work and 75 to work, it ain't going to happen. But see, what the Bulls want to do, they want to keep it above the 262, which sits right here at this line. The Bulls want to keep this box above the box, guys. You don't keep it above the box, she's going to get in the box, and she's going to fade down here to about 257. Okay, inside that box. 257 and 251. See? Why don't you go to 257 here? If you can't hold the box, 257 is where she'll go. 61, 257. That's your next two moves. 61 to hold. 57 is going to be where she tries to give a little. See how she holds 61, 62, guys? There's the 70 again. You got 70 and 75 right here that play important roles. 61, 70, 75. 57 is the next one that plays important roles. 57, 51. See, we got all the money back off the big drop. Everybody got all the money right back. So they covered, guys. So we know now the market has covered that big short. So all the big financial boys that got to this target right here probably bailed because they got all their money back that they were in this drop sweating it because they knew it was going to drop. Boom, it dropped, it lost money. They waited, they come back, they get the money right back, and they leave the markets. Right? Makes sense, guys, right? It's called cover. Big boys cover money. You cover. You can hold. If you've got millions of dollars in this, guys, like these big market people have, they don't care about that big drop because they know it's going to come back to the top of it sooner or later. They hold it. As soon as they cover, they bail. Now they're probably just holding longs to see how far they're going to go today. Or the risk guy will say, well, you know, if it gets down here under 256, 257, and she drops back down under the 252, 252, guys, goes down to 245, right? These are the shorts I'm calling you guys. This is what they'll do. Watch the 255 go to 251 here. 252. 252 is also the rebound back to 257. Watch 57 and 52. That's all you got to watch now. Now we either A, start back up, B, we start short, or C, we get a contraction zone starting, and she contracts for a little while, and we bounce around here taking people's money for a little while. $57, $52 is perfect. But now the bulls have caused themselves a problem because you know they're getting deeper down here where we shouldn't be. But we also know 220 is the key. Anything under 219, guys, is a problem for the bulls. You're going to have bulls and bears fighting at 219. I can tell you that already. I can see it already coming. It's remember those levels I keep calling you guys every day, telling you, hey man, this is where the bulls and bears are going to be stupid together. Well, 219 is going to be that stupid area. No, actually, it'll be 217, guys. 217 is a place where the bulls do not want to be. They don't. Because the bears are going to probably spank them right there. Or it'll sit and go up and it'll go long and short, long and short, long and short for a long time. See how we're getting 57, 51, guys? Every time. Now we're back to 61. Now we're going back to 70 and 75 right here. And the reason we're doing this is because why? Because we already know that big money's sitting right here, guys. It's kind of odd because 257 to 265. Okay? Let's borrow this box right here. So we need to tap this box at 265, right? Where's that 265 at? It's probably right here on top of our box. It's about right there. I can't see it, but I think that's close. Yep, that's 257. See this little box right here, guys? These bulls have now put in here because they're being crazy. Because they know their friends know, like I know. Do-do-do. That's because somebody decided that, hey, we should move the big boy money top of the box this morning. Hilarious, man. I just can't. So now you guys see where the big money's sitting too, right here with us. But remember, that's big bull money for bulls and big bull money for bears. This works both ways, guys. There's little bears and little bulls. Well, not little, but you know what I'm talking about. There's people sitting there just waiting. Big money waiting to add or big money waiting to take it away. Look at that big money pushing this market right here. See this? They just dropped this in there all of a sudden, like, hey, check this out. You can't hide shit in the market. It just doesn't work. So now, guys, what are we doing? Okay, so you got this area right here you came out of, right? So now we look at. So now we have nothing down here to draw off of, really. Of course, there probably is over here somewhere, but you got this low right here. Okay, and you got this one right here that goes like this. I don't really like that one saying a word about it. But what we can do, okay, is you could say here to here. Okay? You could use a little flag there. You could just use a little flag right here, guys, between those two levels. Okay? You just have to move this line over a little bit. It's going to be kind of weird, kind of curvy. But you know, this is like a little upside of this area. Okay? And this right here should match that over there. So right there. Just anchor it over here and put it right there. So now you know there's the top, right? What's going on here? I don't know what that is, but hey, that's cool. Kind of fun. It was Diddy. What's Diddy doing on my screen? Maybe Diddy's trading in jail. All right, guys, watch liquidity right here. Watch this thing start trying to move a little bit. You're getting money gathering up right here, guys. The bulls are trying to gather a bunch of money, man, to push the market. You see all the weight coming through, guys. How the market's trying to move this all of a sudden. You see that, guys? How the money's all flowing in. When these candles start moving, there's money coming from somewhere. Now, which way is it going to go? Are the bulls done? Are the bears tired of this shit? Right? Are we tired of it? Are the bears saying, you know, we've had enough? You couldn't get it done. You know, you can't break the 340 like you're supposed to, 360. You can't get to the bank level. So if you can't get to the bank level, you know, we're going to take it back from you, right? Dude. Diddy. That's hilarious. Poor old Diddy. I know he did bad things, but hey, there's some other people at Epstein Island did some bad shit too, I'm sure. Ain't none of them in jail. So I imagine that's what he's saying too. Hey, how come I'm the only one? Right? Remember, guys, that 284 was that target earlier. 284 pulls back to 275. They got to stay above this 84 area. You have to stay above. You got to stay. What the Bulls would like to do, guys, is they'd like to stay between 85 and 302. Okay. So if you go over here, guys, and you just kind of come right here at 85, right around this area right here, 84, 85, and you want to get to like the 302 up here. You see this 302 right here? Right there. This is that little box that they want to stay in. The Bulls know that that's a box they need to hold. Because if you don't hold it, you're going to come back to 75 and 70 down here. It's going to be 70, 75 down here. So you got to hold this area if you want to keep moving up. You're going to have to hold this. Because there's 4 levels here. Those 4 levels are 84, 92, 302, and yeah, or excuse me. No, it's 84, 84.90, 98, and 302. So yeah, it's all just right in here together. So you got to hold like right here, guys. You just got to be holding like 84.50 right there. See? They got to hold that. Oh wow, there's you guys. So we already know that that's the area where they have to hold, because if they don't, it comes back to 75 and 70. Okay. Then it comes back to 61 to our box. Then 57 from there, 51 from there. So we already know all the levels going down through here, up and on the downside, both. But can the bulls push this market? They've got the money to do it. We've already made great money off of it. We've been holding this trade for a long ass time. Yep, this is a good reason for a red candle right here. He just put that out there just now. Yeah, this time it's all going to go straight south. There's a problem with that, though, guys. When you start saying you're going to attack ships in the waters that you don't even own, that's called international water, guy. That could create a problem, especially if we sink a China ship or a Russian ship. That could create problems. There's a lot of backlash that goes with that post. I don't think they've thought about it yet, but I don't think Russia's going to go through there anyway. They don't need to. They just go around. It's kind of weird that, why can't we all just get along? Just, that's my motto. I would love to be a diplomat for those countries. I'd make all kinds of good deals. I'll teach y'all how to trade, man. Right? Vodka. I'll just go over and teach people in Iran how to trade. They don't have to worry about oil. Let's go. Set us up. I'll take my whole trade room with me. You guys just all go with me. We'll just all go there and make it a whole big old thing. Like like those guys do, they go to feed the world and stuff. We'll just go trade the world. How about that? It's kind of funny too that I'm the only owner of a prop firm that got invited to the World Economic Forum. How about that? Twice, 2 years running. No other prop firm owner or anybody in the prop firm world got invited to the World Economic Forum. I did, because the way I think, they like it. And they like the way I trade too. I got told by several guys there, "Hey, I watch your trading. I didn't know you watch my trading. You don't even need to watch my trading. You're a billionaire." You know? Going back in 27 also. Already got my invite for 27 from the WEF, the World Economic Forum. You know what it's like sitting down with a world leader? I sit down with 4 or 5 of them when I was there. It was great. It was really a great opportunity when I met the guys from Japan. When I met the Prince of Saudi Arabia, that was the most coolest thing I think I've ever done. Got invited in June to go to a private yacht that he owns. I didn't go this past June, but I got invited, right? So I'll go the next time, because he'll invite me again, because we're going to go back over next year. Tell me, Carl. Yeah, I will. All right, guys. So can we break this 94,302, or are we going to pull back to 85 all the time? See how we're stuck in this little box, guys, right here? See, nobody knows that we're sitting in this box. Everybody else out there in the market's going, should I long? Should I short? Where's my entry? What am I going to do? We got to get out of this. I think we're going to have a heavy pump coming too. I'm waiting for to see if we're going to pump that bank level. I think these bulls want that, or at least back up to where the bears are sitting would be nice. But hey, we'll check it out and see. Yeah, we do. We need to get some. We got the big money pushing this market, but big money's probably taking a lot of their profits and bailing on us. Right now, I think it's retail just trying to get past the bears. Somewhere in here, though, somebody might step in, and you'll see this market start pushing and pushing hard. I think they're just waiting. I think everybody's kind of waiting around the 309 here. That's what I think. Stability's 309. We know 309 could be another entry. We do know that. So the stable part of the market would be 309 and above. But as we know, that box is the most stable area. But we know the top of that's 309. Three nine, 310. See, right back down to the box. Unreal. Been a good morning, though, guys. How many people made some good trades this morning? Let me know if you make good trades this morning. Thank you for the comments, too, guys. Somebody said some of the best coaches they've ever seen. I do appreciate that, guys. I get on here and tell you guys and show you guys what the markets are doing. There you go, Phoenix. Let's go deal. You'll get that at 302, man. It holds there. Well, just I can tell you this: if you trade stocks, guys, I can do stocks the same way I do futures. I know every level in the stock market, every one of them. You can't even hide stocks from me either. It's kind of fun. Bitcoin, same thing. Any of the coins, any coin, you pick one. You know, I can call this market with anything that's got a chart. I can tell you the levels on it. Anything. It doesn't matter what it is. Stocks, ETFs, it don't matter. It can be stocks, it can be futures, it can be Bitcoin, Doge, it don't matter. No, I scaled out. I'm only showing two right now. Jaja. I had 8 in this earlier. I've already took a bunch of money out of this. I took 4 grand twice this morning, 1,000 once. That was 5. Then I took that little trade for 390 this morning. Remember that guy's little first trade was $390. So 4, 5. It was like $5,390, and then I just went to 15,000 on it. So I got some more money now. So we're about 25, 26,000 for the day. Almost 26,000 on the day. Yeah, I mean, I might do that. I mean, we could probably do something like that, Phoenix, if you guys want to. Maybe we'll pick a stock and maybe I'll come in on Fridays and just do a stock day with you guys. Have it called a stock day Friday or something. I could do that from 9 to 11 on Friday, I guess, if y'all want to. We could trade stocks together. It'd be kind of fun. What happens when you don't know how to trade and you get, all these guys open these companies across the board, guys, but they don't know how to trade. What happens when they don't know how to trade and they don't know how to do things right? They have to get out. They go bye-bye. We've seen a few of them close the doors. Well, are we going to come through their box? Possible. Well, see, right now, guys, what I tell you about this contraction areas, see how they're building, they're just trying to mess around here with the candles. They're not really trying to go above or below. I'm just kind of wondering, is Trump supposed to speak today? Does anybody know? I haven't really looked this morning to find out, but if he is supposed to speak, we might be waiting on something. Because it seems to me we should be pushing this. But, hey, the markets love to stay above certain areas too, so that's a good thing. We know 75 is one of those levels, 84 is another. 85, 85, 75, it's both. 84, 75 are both perfect levels to stay above. 70 is another one, 61. So as long as you're above 61, guys, we're not fearing the market right now. Who's fearing the market right now is everybody out there going, oh my God, on the 3 minute, 1 minute, and all that. They're all trying to figure out where to trade at, up and down, up and down. They're getting in trades that's going against them. Then they're getting pulling out, losing money, and they're getting back in again, doing the same thing over and over because they don't watch the levels and they don't know the levels to get in. As you can see, I look left. Where do you see left, guys? Those same area that we're always trying to break is still messing with us. We have to clear these candles over here. Right here. These candles right here are killing us. They've made a barrier. These are old bear areas where the bulls want to break, but the bears know they can put people here to stop you. So almost everybody in the market's thinking short right in here, right? So we got a bunch of people trying to short up here because they looking left and saying, well, it's going to go to here and we're going to short, right? That's the mentality of most people in the market. They'll look over here and go, wait a minute, it hit this, it's going to short. And they're kind of correct in a way, yes. If it doesn't break this, it will short back down, right? That's a fact. But if we get the money to push this, it's just going to blow through this. And if it builds and builds and builds and builds and builds, and they keep thinking short, 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 it becomes a trap and it just breaks out and goes long. And it sucks everybody in from here, from this candle right down here, from this candle to this candle in one move, and gathers all the money at one time. I've been trading for so long, Dustin, looking at these levels and studying things in the market. I just learned every level in the market from Wall Street and being on the candles, being on the chart, 11 hours a day for, 7, 8, 9 years. And I built my own system. So now I know the levels that they're trading on. That's how I put it all together. It's just been a long journey. It was a long journey of failure before I started doing this. So I think when you learn, guys, the more you learn about the markets and the more the time, it's just like being a pilot, guys. You get in an aircraft, you got to know how to fly it, right? Same way with the charts. And what's really funny is these charts play a typical role in my life. You guys know that navigational charts on my boat, right? I can read a navigational chart in a boat like it's nothing because I've been trading for so long. I have a chart fetish. So navigational charts I love, flying charts I love, and it's just weird, but it's part of it, I guess. But I've learned a lot over the years, come up with my own system. And I like teaching it, and I like showing you guys what the market's going to do. We know what the market's going to do every day before 9 o'clock in the morning. We already know where the level's going to. We already know. We already know what these trades are, and that's how we make our money. Yeah, I love the Garmin, man. I do. I got let's see which one I got. I don't got the Garmin on my boat. I got Sinrad on my boat. Ocean. Sinrad system. It's awesome. I love it. I got Garmin though. If I'm flying, I'll use the Garmin. Most of the planes come with Garmin, the Garmin 1000 or 1100 or whatever. But they won't let you use them until you get your. They don't like you using a Garmin flying unless you're rated for, a higher license. But it's better just learn off the instruments. So, guys, you see how we keep reverting back to the 85, 285, 292, 303, 275, 270. We know that the stop is 270, guys. Everybody wants to stay above 270 and 261 for a bull. They do. They got to stay there. Want to keep making that money. So we just hold our trade. I wished. Well, one of these days I'll own one. The Blue Sky yacht. One day. Yeah, Dustin, it comes in time. I would love to later on, guys. I have a plan. I'm going to, start teaching you guys how to spot these and make a big thing where you guys will know where they're at and all that. And, there's also, if I can get people to actually keep accounts and make money, you know, having having all the guys in funded accounts with this kind of stuff would help, you know, help you keep your account. That's the thing here. I want you to keep your account. I want you to keep making money, right? Not losing money. And you're going to have red days. You're going to do dumb things. You're going to make your mind's going to say, well, I should go long right here. You got to keep your hand off that mouse. You can only trade what you know. Because it's tempting, guys, to put a trade on when you don't want to. Even your mind's telling you, I got to trade. How many people wake up in the mornings and can't wait to trade, right? I used to be that person. Can't be that person. You just got to say, okay, I'm going to go trade, make some money, and be done. Trading all day is a bad thing. Unless you're holding a long all day or holding a short, then it's a great thing. Yeah, Lewis. Lewis, you can put that link in there for Dustin if he wants to. Because I did, y'all can draw that. We put that out there. I sure did. I forgot about that. Look at us, guys. We're standing above the two. We're standing above that 302, guys. Let's go 302, 302, and push this shit up. I figure like this, Dustin. I'm blessed to know this, so I try to bless others and help people in the markets. It's just a gift, man. Share the gift. What's that old saying? Teach a man to fish. Well, this is fishing, guys. We're fishing for money, though. All right, you guys know now we're 13-15. So can we break this and push? Can we get that 17 to move out of the way right here? Let's roll. Come on, guys. Let's push this up a little higher. I want to see him hit these bears again up here at the top. Remember last year, guys, when the guy wanted me to come to Saudi Arabia and trade with him? Just him. You guys remember that last year? I was like, what? Some guy in Saudi Arabia said, dude, I will pay you to come over and trade with me. But I want to pay you. I'm like, what? Yeah, will be some big ass money to go to Saudi Arabia and teach him everything I know. I was like, well, I want to just come over and teach all y'all. So it's kind of fun though. Yeah, I don't know. Lewis, did we have a tag? Does anybody know if we have a tag on that? Steve, do you know if we got a tag on that video? I'm sure there is one for Thursday when I set the chart up, the frame chart. Let's go 310 and roll. Come on. Let's just hold this 310. 310, 302, guys. That's what we're trying to hold right now. 310, 302. The 302 again. Well, let's see, but 302 will probably drop right back down to the 96, 98 again if we don't hold it. It's hilarious. There's a 96. Okay, let's go over here. Do, 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 do. I was just thinking of something, guys. Let's see here. We'll do it. Yeah, I'll set that up. That'd be kind of cool. 298. Let's go 298 to 310 again. 298 goes to 290 to 291, guys, and then 291 goes back to 85, as you guys already know that. Remember our motto, guys: 1,000 a day keeps the job away. $1,000 a day every day. 20 trade days a month is 20K a month, guys. It's a good motto. It can be done. Remember, I don't know if you guys remember back in the past, last year or maybe the year before, or we had those $50,000 challenges or $20,000 challenges where we make 20 grand in a month. See if we make 20,000 a month, and we did. They went to 30, 40, 50. Remember those? Those are awesome. We need to start one of those again. Maybe we'll start maybe next month or something. Do like one of those challenges where we do the 20,000 a month in trading. We only make so much a day and we quit until we get to 20. Unless it's a big day like this, we make it all one day. Remember, guys, if you know a Discord that's got a lot of people in it, man, get out there and promote Blue Sky. Let us know you're promoting. Love to help you out. Learn how to promote for us. We don't have a problem with that. Get out there and find these Discords and these guys that have big Discords are looking for a home. Right, guys? Bring them to us. There's traders out there that are looking for a home. We need to find them, guys, because they need to find a good place to trade. This is a good place to trade. It's the best place to trade. How about that? Or toll. There you go. Thank you. Best place. Come trade with us. Come trade with me. It's the best place to trade. How's that sound? So 302, guys, let's go. Can we hold the 302? It's where we need to be. 302 and 310. 302 and 310 are perfect, man. If you just stay above the 310, they got a massive move here off 310. They just haven't taken it yet. Because we know the 310 goes to 3.25, guys. 325 is that target off of 310. But can they get 310 to hold to get there? And it's just crazy because you would think they'd just jump to 325 and be done, but they just can't seem to push that 310 above. 325 is the target up there, but we just got to get past it right here. You can hold the 310. It's just craziness. So North Pole, Alaska, is that where you live? That's cool, man. I'd love to go to Alaska. I've never been there yet. 324, 325, guys. Let's go. Because we get to 325, I know what the Bulls are thinking. They're thinking reconditioned candle to 333. Because that's where the other candle went to anyway, prior to the pullback, was 333. So I'm just kind of wondering if that's what we're trying to do here. Can we get 325 to push 323, or are we going back to 320, or are we going to fall back to 310 again? Oh, there you go. There you go, Dustin. Lewis just posted it for you. You see that? Dustin, also that trade C chart, there's a beautiful chart. I know you probably got Ninja because I talked to you on the phone the other day, but you can also use trade C. Trade C, I really love trade C, guys. I can't wait, but we'll use it. Yeah, if we go on the stock charts Friday, I'm gonna just probably use trade C on that one too. That'd be kind of fun. I haven't ever done that before, so that'd be a journey. 325, guys. 325. Can we get 325 to break 333? Because that's that conditioned area candle that will push us to where? So 325 will take us to 333, but then they're going to try to nail the 337. 337, 338 is where those bears are sitting. Right there. See that? Beautiful. We went right to 337, just exactly like I just said. Went right to it. Went right to it. Actually went through it with 338. So you got to be above the 38, guys, to make this move now. We know now it's the pullback of 25 that has to break the 37, 38. Perfect. See how we got the recondition at 33 and it bounced to 37? I knew that's what was going to happen. That's why I called it for you. It's a reconditioned area. They want to be above that. They want to get that. So we got right back to the bears. Now remember, last time we shorted here, remember? If you'll look left right here, guys. If you look left right here, what do you see? You see this candle right there. This one. Not that. Let's get this out of the way for a minute. This candle right here with a wick on it. Right there. This one right here. Number 3. There's number 1. Or that's not number 3. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. This is number 2 right here. This candle, number 2. Door number 2 right here. This candle right here, guys, is the one that we need to stay above. Okay? Because that's the short candle. So the bears will try to short it again if they can't hold it at 25. But the bears got problems because if they do short it, it's probably 17 stop and go right back again. Or maybe not 17. It would probably be right here where this arrow's sitting. And it is 17. Never mind. So I was right. It's 17. The Bulls want to push past the 37, 39, guys, because of the bears are sitting there. We're right on a bear level. That bear level goes all the way back through here, guys. This little bear level I got drew right here goes all the way back over here. All the way back over here. And it goes all the way back to way over here. Way over there. About 2 months back. Let's see how far it does go back. Oh no, it goes back to April 26th, guys. Nope, excuse me. Yeah, April 26th is where this goes back to. Wait a minute. That can't be April 26th. What the hell? Sorry, guys, it's not the 26th. My stupid chart. It's the 10th. April 10th, not 26th. So April 10th, guys. There's that 37. You want to break those bears and push that target to the bank level. Right here past the 40, guys. If you can hold the 39 past the bears to the 40, we're going to be looking at 347. Okay? 347 will be next, and then 350, then the 355, and then you're going to get right up here to touch this 355, 356, 360 area, right in here. As we know, the bank level is about 62 up here, I think. I think it's right around here, guys. It's like right there, somewhere in that area. It's between 58 and 62. I know that. 61. Actually, it's 62 and up. It's like 62. So it's right there, guys. It's close enough. So now you got to be above the 49 right here. Now look at this. Stayed in and made some more money. Amazing, isn't it? Right there to the 54. Now you got to push the 54, 55 level here. Now, once we push this, you should see 60, guys. We should see the bank level come in to play here between 61 and 62 right here. Okay? And she just tapped it. Bingo. Right on the bank level. Massive, massive, awesome move. What do you guys think of this? We held this because we know they're going to go to that bank level once they get past those bears, right? We just tapped the bank level, guys. Beautiful trade. Amazing trade. That's what that is. 15, 20, 22, 26, 7, 20, 29, 30, 31K. 31K. 31K on the day. So we just called, guys. 31K on the longs. Imagine that one. That beats Thursday's record, 24. Thank you, Vodka. We did well today, guys. We had an easy day, easy trade morning. You know, it's a really good morning session. I mean, it's really just stable. We picked the areas where we wanted to be. The 171, 172 trade, 175 trade, 184 trade were beautiful going up, and we knew it. So we just went in there and stuck with what we've seen. And even we were trading below the big money this morning, and we took our trade, guys, below the big money, pushed it to the big money, waited around for big money to take it and push it to the bank level, just like we said we were going to. And this is what does it for me. This is the kind of trading we like, structure trades, something we know that will work without killing us in these markets. And you're always going to regroup at 325 anyway. That's a pullback. It's under the bears. Now, see, these bears they like to get stupid up here, these bears. The bears know they got those little lines set up there at the 37, 39, and they want to short it from 39 to 325. That's only a 4-point short, but they know people are going to go short up here because why? They're up here in these areas. They're going to keep trying to go short, guys. The mentality of the market is, oh, we're going to go short sooner or later. Yeah, we could. This could all come back down again. Okay, it's possible, right? But we don't focus on what could happen next later on over here at 2:00 today. We're focusing on what we're doing now. We're not worried about a bear right now at all. Because the bears aren't going to get this market. Now, the bears can pull the market back. There is no doubt about that. But to take the market completely back, guys, and do damage to the bulls. Let me show you where that is at. It's right here. You guys can mark this on your chart right there. You see this right here? This number right there. If the bears want to do damage to the bulls, it's 214. They can't do shit till they get back to 214 and break it. They can pull it back, get big pullbacks, do some money, get some bear money, have fun, all that. But until they get control of the market, your control of market level is 214. Okay. That's exactly where it's at. The control stops and starts right here, guys. So we know, let's just put this on here. I'll show you guys before I get off this morning. But look at this. Check this out. Control. Who's controlling? Bears, right? The bears want to get control under 214. Okay. But the bulls want to keep control above the 214. Does that make sense? So we could come all the way down to 214 and stop, and bulls take it right back and go again. Y'all see what I'm saying? So you can see today the bulls come all the way back down to 214 and lose their shirt. But guess what? The bulls can step in at 215 and take it right back and go to the same place that we just hit. And this is the way I think, guys. Who's in control? Yeah, you could use the 4 hour sometimes. You can use the 1 hour. You can use a lot. There's a lot of different things I use, but my charts are all different. My charts have all kinds of different levels in them, time levels, big money levels. The big money levels and stuff like that, guys, you see, this is more of your institutional stuff here. This one, this one, this one down here. This is what institutional traders will be looking at, the bank levels. This is more like an institutional trading to me, because it's something normal people don't see in the markets. Something they're going to throw out there for everybody to use. You know what I mean? So now we come down to 302, 310 again. 310 is the hold level. See what 310? Look at 310 right here. If it breaks 310, then you know she's going to 302. If it doesn't break 310, it's just going to bounce off 310 and go back to 325. I scaled out of that one too, guys, before I got off here. So we don't need to have all that in there. So that's kind of cool. But that took profits way above the top there. So it's kind of cool. Saw this one here, but there. I've only actually got one running down there, but because I took my profits up here. Right there. Boop. Done. Done. I'm Dundee done. Dundee done. There's a joke behind that, but we won't get into that one today. So how many guys are done trading this morning? How many guys are done? Coach Riz is probably on here waiting this morning. 11 o'clock. Coach
Yes,
Riz
sir.
comes on. How you doing this morning, Riz?
Great, sir. I'm doing great. Just been listening to your play-by-play action. Exciting stuff. Fantastic trades, by the way, this morning.
Do what? I'm sorry.
Great trades this morning, sir. Great trades.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it, brother. Yeah, I just wanted to get in here this morning and kind of get a nice level.
Yeah, I think the Bulls gave it to you. I think definitely the Bulls gave us a nice bullish run here into the morning session. Can it maintain for the midday?
Mm-hmm. Well, and we can see this still push midday. I mean, we got targets up here, guys. Remember, this box up here on your frame chart, guys, is your big targets today. Because you're trading between two frames. See here and here, big box here, big box there. We would like to either A, the bears come back down under this box and start taking it, like I said, 214 below, okay, today, or B, we stay in this range area between these two boxes, or C, we get here, break this, we hit this bank level up here, which you guys can mark on your day for what's that, 66 up there? Yeah, 68, 568. Yeah, this is a great start for the week, guys. You're green. You're green on the week, man. Your Monday's green. You're good to go, right? And that's what we do. We want to start out a great week, like Lewis said. You know, you start on Monday, you make some profits. If you made 3-4K today, even if you made 2K today. So tomorrow, guys, you go in and you risk what? What are we doing tomorrow? If you've got $2,000 a day, what are you doing tomorrow? Okay, so let's just say I wasn't on tomorrow, which I'm going to be. You guys know that. But let's say I wasn't on. You've got $2,000 today. Okay, and say, for instance, I couldn't be on. You're like, well, I'm just going to risk 1,000 of that. You only want to risk half of what you have. Some guys will only risk about 700 of their day tomorrow. If they got $2,000, they're only going to risk 500 to 700. That's it. They lose 500, they're going to quit. They want to keep that balance, right? So if you make 30K in a day, what's tomorrow for me? I'm going to risk probably half of 15, right? I'm going to risk about 7, 8, but 8's normal because I trade with 8 contracts anyway. So see that risk right there for RQ is 2,100 tomorrow, right? So he knows 1,000 of that's half, right? He don't want ever to go half. I wouldn't risk 1,000. I'd be risking like 600 tomorrow. That's it. I just take, maybe 2 contracts tomorrow, or not 2 contracts, 1 contract tomorrow and risk that until I got my profits back. I'd say, okay, if I can get 1,000 tomorrow off 1 contract, right? That's good. Did 1,000 Wednesday, 1,000 Thursday. That's another $3,000 added to that too. That's 5K for his week. That's a beautiful week, guys. 5,000 in trading a week is absolutely amazing. Guys, if you can make 1,000 a day doing this, that's 20 grand a month. What you do is you pay yourself about half of that and keep 10 grand in that account. You pay yourself between 8 and 10,000 a month and leave the rest of the shit in there. You always want to have money in your trade account. Always. So many people want to take their profits out of their trading account and drain them. That's not what you're supposed to do. That's true. Some guys, man, are happy with 6K a month. Guys, there's people out here working 40 hours a week that don't even get $5,000 a month. And they're working their asses off, getting called in by the boss and yelled at and shit. I mean, they don't get that. So think about that. Think about the 5K a month. Think about 4,000, 5,000 a month. If you make 5 a month, pay yourself 2,500 a month of the trade money. Leave it in and trade off of it. Build it back up. See if you can reach 6 or 7. That's the goal, man. Dustin was typing there. So, but I'm with you on that, guys. There was a time when I was wanting just to make $100 a day when I first started this. You know what I mean? Because hell, I was struggling to make 100 a day, 200 a day. I had goals of 200 a day. That was it when I first started trading, because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. No, when I say risk 1,000 a day, I mean if you've already made a couple thousand the day before, we're only risk 1,000 of that money. So if you got 3,000 today, I'd only risk 1,000 tomorrow. That'd be it. If I lose it, I'm done till the next day. That way you don't blow your accounts. You got to learn how to get those risks, guys. The proper way of trading is to build an account, not to lose it. Trading is almost like everything else in the world. It's a building block, guys. You build your account up to certain areas. You take a little money to yourself out of that account every month or every 2 weeks or whatever you want to do. If you want to pull money out every 2 weeks, that's fine. For your household or whatever you got to do, pay some bills. But you basically got to treat it like a business. You got to leave money in there to make money, guys. You're the bank. You're your own bank. You got your own money in your own little banking area, and you want that money to grow. You got to grow it. You don't want to take it all out. I've seen so many people get payouts, and we tell them, yeah, you got a $2,000 payout. I want it all. Okay, they take it, they spend it, they blow their account the next day. You know why you should instead of taking a payout, you should say, nah, put that payout in my account. That's what you should do is put your payout in your trading account and trade it and build it. It's a buffer. It helps you. It's the stress level, man. If you're only trading with $1,000, guys, it's hard to do, right? When you got 10, 12, 14, 20 grand in there trading off, it doesn't make your trading nowhere near as hard because you know you've got the money to cover and you got the money to stay in the game. Keeping the money to stay in the game is the biggest thing you can ever do. I'm just curious to know where we'd go without you to help us. I don't know. I'm curious to know that too, Dustin, because I don't think there is anywhere else you can go. But I'll be on tomorrow. I will be on tomorrow, guys. I was just throwing it out there for reference. I'll be here tomorrow. I'll be here Wednesday. I'll be here Thursday. Maybe Friday, guys. I'll maybe go on you guys Friday if I can. Maybe we'll do a stock thing or something. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, it would be fun. That would definitely
Yeah.
be fun on Friday.
Break down a stock for you. Show you the level of the stocks. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, if or we could do it Thursday afternoon. You know, after I trade Thursday morning, we could do that too. Stay a little longer for the stock side of it. Yeah, I know, Baca. You're in here a lot with me, guys. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad to have all you guys in here. I want you to learn how to trade. I want you to keep your money. And then we're the only firm that trades that has live trading that actually shows trades for traders. The rest of these guys out there on YouTube, they don't know the levels. Not one of them. I haven't seen one of them call a level ever. There's guys at Wall Street that follow me now, and they're like, "Dude, you got to come up here and show us this shit." I'm like, "Yeah, right. I ain't going up there and showing y'all." I'm all about teaching the common person, man. Just somebody who wants to do better. Somebody who wants to take care of their family. Somebody who has bills to pay. You know, that's me. You guys know that I've been doing this for a long time with you guys, and I do it for free. You know, that says a lot because I guarantee you, if somebody else knew what I knew, they would be charging an arm and a leg. Well, of course, I already know somebody does, but there's one other person I know that does this, but his trade room is 15K a month just to join it. He's not there anymore though. He's retired now. But just think, if you had 15K, you traded and you were in a private trade room with me, and you did 30,000 a day, you'd be happy, wouldn't you? You just got your 15K back plus 15, right? That's how he did his room. Those guys would pretty much make the same. They'd make where they paid him back. They knew they were going to make back anyway, so it wasn't a big deal to them. 15 people, man. 15 people were in that room every day, all month long. This is Dustin's first time being here, guys. He's new, so welcome him into the channel. He found me and he's like, I want to trade with you guys. I'm like, okay, cool, come on in. So welcome him into the channel as one of our new people. It's cool. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. Motto I have, man, humble and kind. That's what you got to do, guys. You got to be humble about your trading and you got to be kind to others. Try to teach somebody something every now and then, you know? We're a family, guys. Trading's a family. You know, you got to build your trading around the family. You know what I'm saying? We try to help each other. If you don't know something, you ask. No question's a dumb question in here. Okay? No question's a dumb question. We've all been there where we didn't know anything. There was years ago when none of us knew shit. You know, we had to learn this. So when you see somebody making a mistake, guys, or they ask a question, you know the answer. If I don't know, if I'm busy talking, I don't mind you answering that question. I want you guys to help others. Because being able to help somebody do this for a living is rewarding because you know you're taking care of somebody else. That's cool, Phoenix. Let's set some up if you want to meet me. I don't have a problem with that. We were going to do a meet and greet out in Vegas this year, but you know, Vegas has got where it just went downhill. I don't know what's going on in Vegas, man. They're charging 163 for a room now. There's nobody's going, I guess, because nobody can afford to go there and gamble anymore because the world's got so tight with gas and food. People ain't got vacation money no more. You know what I mean? And we had it all set up with them too, but we just like, well, guys, we can't. You know, it's just we were going to do it this summer or you know last summer, but it just started falling apart out there, and I'm like, well, dang, it's craziness. But they didn't drop their prices to do anything, so yeah, you can reach out to Big Pop and see what he can. We'll get with you and schedule something if you want to. Maybe a couple of the guys who want to come too or whatever. We'll set something up.
Yeah, that would definitely be fun to meet and greet. You know, there's also the BTC conference going on, I think in a week or so.
You know,
I think it's not in Florida, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, we could do like a meet and greet in Nashville. It's a good place to meet and greet. You know, alrighty, guys. Before I get off today and close my day out, remember 325 is that key level. Okay, 302 is the key level. So just remember 305, 302. You got to stay above those. Okay. And you need to stay above the 302. Basically, anything above the 275, guys. Remember that. 275 is your golden ticket, guys. If it holds 275 today and 261, it's not coming down. Okay. So just remember that. 261, 275 area. She'll pull back down to it and go right back up. Yep. Was a good morning, guys. Good morning. Before we get off here, though, I want to show you guys one more thing before we get off. Just so you'll know, it's like the same as Trade C over here, but you can see this right here. Look, see this institutional area right here? Look where the next bears are sitting. You might want to mark this on your chart for today, guys. 389, 391, 391 to about 395. So 391 to 395, you got more bears. See, there's those bears that we had right here. See?
Mhm.
See our bears right here? There's your bears right there. See the red flag short? See that short right there? See the blue flag long for institution? Boop, right there off the big money level down low. There's that big money level we got marked on the chart right now, right? So we got the big money level marked right here, right? Because that's this big money level right here. So we knew big money was going to step it to the bears, right? When we did that. So now can these bulls break these bears right here on this chart and go to 391, 395 and break these bears and push again? Because 391, 395 area is where you want to mark for the next bears, guys. So mark your 391, 395 today, excuse me, for your next bears, and you'll be good to go, because that's where they'll short it at if they can't hold it. Okay. So if you get to 391 and 395 and it doesn't hold, you know there's a short there, guys. And where would that short come back to? That's what you're going to ask me, right? I just know you are. So that short falls back to 375. Okay. So 395 shorts back to 375, guys, if it gets that high today. No, it's not too late for entries now. But it's kind of falling apart. Your entry's 325 now and 337. But be careful at 337 because the bears. 325 goes to 337 and 325 pulls back to 310. So 25 short to 10 and 25 long to 337. That's the only two entries that are there. Okay. So that's a cool thing up there, guys. So you know if you get the short to work at 390 at the 391, it will pull back to 275. All righty, guys. So I'm going to get off here. I hope you guys had a great day. I enjoyed being on with you this morning. Mind your trading. If you got money, keep it. Don't trade it away, guys. Don't trade it away. And I will see you guys in the morning. Riz, it's all you, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Mike. Hey, you have a great day, and congratulations on those fantastic trades this morning.
Yeah, man. Good stuff. So, guys, you want to hang out with Riz and watch how Riz does this thing? He'll be on this morning. And then we got anybody coming on at 3 o'clock today or 3 or 4 o'clock today?
No, I don't. Oh, for Power Hour? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we should have our team on. We'll have the Power Hour team on.
So, guys, we have a Power Hour team coming at 3 o'clock, too. So, we're just going to hold you out, guys, to about 1 or 2 or whatever he wants to do with that. And then Power Hour comes at 3. So, it's awesome, guys. So, you guys have a great morning, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. As you guys watch me close this trade at $3,000 right there. So, that $3,000 puts me at 33 even. It's kind of funny this morning. I'm 33,333. Stupid, isn't it? What a dumb price tag. $33,333. Pretty cool deal. All right, guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Fantastic. Thanks again, Mike. Wow,
Bye,
what a fantastic morning. What a great way to start the morning. Glad we got everybody in the Discord early and got to catch Mike. And don't forget, you guys can catch Mike in the morning sessions with us here at Blue Sky. If you're not in the Discord, link is in the chat below. Good to see you all, and welcome to the new trader. I saw that we've got a new member in. Dustin, nice to meet you. And not to worry, if Mike is not here, you've got a great ensemble of traders here, as well as coaching staff that are ready and willing to navigate you through the midday and the afternoon session. So don't you worry. Just make sure that you keep your trades locked in. Don't marry the bias and respect your stops. You know, we're not doing any degenerate trades. We're doing technical, mechanical trades here at Blue Sky. Let's run through the midday show and see what's moving the market. What's going on, traders? Welcome back to the Blue Sky stream. Grab your coffee, grab your charts. Let's get focused. We have a massive session ahead of us for today. Monday, April 13th, the CPI print is officially in the rearview mirror, but the market is still experiencing the aftershock. Today isn't just about the trading the levels. It's about understanding the macro rotation happening right in front of us. We're seeing a historic decoupling between energy and precious metals, and the NASDAQ is sitting on a knife's edge. Let's break it all down. We have to start with the commodities market because it is dictating the broader sentiment. Over the weekend, the geopolitical landscape shifted dramatically with the announcement of a 2-week US-Iran ceasefire. The market immediately priced this in, and we are seeing an absolute collapse of the war premium in crude oil. WTI is down sharply, testing the 86 per barrel support. If you are trading energy names today, be incredibly cautious. The momentum is heavily skewed to the downside as supply fears evaporate. But here's where it gets interesting. Gold is doing the exact opposite. You would normally expect gold to cool off on peace talks, but it just ripped right through the 4,800 resistance level and is currently sprinting near 4,860. Why? Because the recent CPI print showed that inflation is incredibly sticky. Traders are rotating out of the dollar into gold as a pure inflation hedge. This is a flight to safety, not for war, but for currency devaluation. If gold holds above $4,860 today, that is a massive bullish confirmation. Equities in the tech suit. Now, how does this impact equities? The broader market, specifically the SPY, is trapped in trying to digest this phase. The lower oil prices are a tailwind for consumers, but the sticky inflation data keeps the Federal Reserve in a hawkish posture. For the Qs and the sector, we are looking at a classic wait and see open. The mega cap tech names need a reason to push higher, and right now, the bond market isn't giving them one. Keep an eye on the 10-year treasury yield. If it starts creeping up towards 4.5% off the back of this gold rally, tech is going to feel the pressure. All right, team, NASDAQ and the Camarilla levels. Let's zoom in on the NASDAQ futures. We're tracking a critical morning pivot right at 25,316. This is our battleground. Here are the exact Camarilla levels you need plotted on your screen today. The upside breakout is a 25,485 level. If we get the volume surge off the open and push towards the 25,401, this 25,485 level is our primary take profit for long scalps. The pivot level, 25,316, expect heavy chop here. If we're pinned to this number, keep your size small and avoid getting chopped up in the noise. Wait for a definitive trend to establish. The breakdown, 25,147. If inflation fears take the wheel and tech starts to sell off, a break below support level 3 at 25,231 opens the door directly to 25,147. The trade plan. I'm neutral at 25,316 pivot. I want to see the first 30 minutes. So we're already going through the morning session here. Now we're going into the midday session. So, we've got to keep our eye on the news. We've got IMF meetings are kicking off today. We've got global finance ministers are discussing debt stability. Any surprise headlines out there in the meetings regarding global growth downgrades will instantly hit the tape and cause a spike in the VIX. You notice that Mike was mentioning the VIX today. I'm watching the VIX as well. So stick to your stops, respect the levels, let the trades come to you. All right, team, welcome to the Midday Show. All right, whew. That wasn't too bad. What do you guys think? I think I like the new script today. Right on point, and I'm sitting in a short. Thinking took a short out the go while Mike was chatting with us just a few minutes ago. I'm short at 25,333. Market seems to be catching a little bit of a breather here, coming back in on itself. I'm going to move my stop in the money. I'm going to move my stop to about 330, I think. Wait. That's right there. Lock in this trade, and I think my chart is a little bit delayed right now, if I'm not mistaken. It looks like it. Hey, good morning, Dov Smith on Kick. Good morning to you. Thank you for the follow. Hope you're having a great trade day. Uh-oh. Hopefully my stop is in the money. Not yet. We're going to do that right now, though. All right, cool. Stop is in the money. All right, we're just holding. We're going to see if we can catch a little bit of a pullback. I'm not thinking that the morning session's bullish trend is up, but I would expect some. I would expect a little bit of taking profit to occur. Wait, yeah, I was going for. Wait a minute. I just moved that. I did not want to move that. I want to stick to my 280 mark. See if we can grab that. Get my news feed on because I just turned it off. Yeah, Pran, if you want, reach out to. It depends on who you want to do a meet with. If you want to meet with Mike, I would suggest reaching out to Papa. If you want to meet up with someone else, like say for instance me, I know we're both in Texas. Obviously reach out to me and I'd be more than glad to meet up with you and stuff. Have a coffee or who knows, meet up, do some morning trades and stuff. Definitely cool. Yeah, anybody else? I am Texas based, so you know more than glad to meet up with you all. Hey, Nacho, good morning. I'm just babysitting this little short. I could have sworn I was in three cons, but we'll take it with the single con. We're up a few bucks. My morning trade here on in the eval. Awesome, awesome. My weekend was great. Did some studying, working with the algos, got my open claw, I think a little bit better. It's still driving me up the wall. Short it, short it. I'm with you on that tip. I am with you on that. Actually, I'm a little upset that I wanted to take three cons in this. Don't necessarily want to be taking a single con in this because it's such a big account. I was reviewing some of my trade strategies and I don't like the sizing that I'm taking because it's too small for this account size. So I've been reevaluating my sizing on it. So my actual plan was to start with the three con size. You know me, Nacho. Yeah, I've been working on some of my Solana algos. Honestly, yeah, working with AI, working with my algos. I'm trying to see if I can get my AI agents now to start. So instead of just having trade signals that are automated, I want to get my AI agents to get those trade signals, monitor price action, and trade based off of the strategy, but also I want them to adjust my chart. So like what I'm trying to do right now is I want my algos to use Renkos, right? So right now I'm working with my algos to use a Renko box, but I want them to change the box dynamically. See, because Renkos are really good and you can use them on a standardized box size. But the problem with that is that depending on trend, ATR, and volume and strength of the market, that box size will change. It can change anywhere from a 0.5 to a 0.25 to a 1. And the problem with that is that unless you're doing it yourself and adjusting the box size and then adjusting your signals, that's a lot of work. You got to be constantly kind of being on that. So I'm having the algos to where they're doing it because they're 10 times faster than I am. They're smarter, they're faster, and they'll do it instantly. I'm not even using that. I'm using a free Amazon AWS server. So Amazon gives you a free server. You can get the Oracle VPS server for free as well, and that won't cost you a thing. So I have a pretty simple free method. It'll cost you $10 at the most. It'll have to cost you $10. You'll have to pay the $10 because you'll have to get a service to pay for the LLM. And then the service you want, you'll have to pay them $10 to at least get into their unlimited free tier. But once you pay the 10, you have unlimited queries that you can run towards their free LLMs. That's one way I've been doing it right now. Although I'm not I'm not per se as happy as I would be probably if I used a better LLM. Like if I had Claude as my primary agent, I know I would be 10 times more happier. Looks like we're repping up to the upside now. There's that 25, 327. About 7 minutes past the London close now. Looks like the market is proven very bullish and resilient. That was a really interesting thing that I heard Mike talking about, his perspective about the straits, the US diverting, the world to come to here to buy our crude oil. That is a perspective I had not necessarily really kind of not over completely, and I really do like that. I like the idea because obviously it's pro America. I'm always pro America, but I had not really thought about, that possibility of these countries because I know that China. I did a little bit of a deep dive in this because I'm really interested in how it's going to affect the market. So I want to know. They say roughly we've got about 45 days that we can coast the way we are with the news we're having. Whoa, that's a very bullish candle right there. Holy moly. Wow. What news is hitting the tape? We just broke past 25,341. The thing that I found very interesting was that in 45 days, that's about the time that China and oh man, there's one other country. Oh man, well, China for sure. China for sure has one of the largest reserve, and they're the ones that can push out that far. Maybe Great Britain. I think it was Great Britain. Yeah, it's Great Britain and China. They've got enough juice and reserves that they can last another 45 days or so. The real sticky problem is that once you get to 45 days out, all the band-aids, the what ifs, the oh shits, the just in case, savings that you stash under the mattress, in case shit hits the fan, that all expires. That all goes away in 45 days, in 50 days. Or that's what it appears like. And obviously that can get replenished because we know it can't. And probably not at the rate that they're depleting it. So what happens then in 45 to 50 days? That becomes that. See, that's the real part that I'm very interested in. I'm obviously zoomed into the macro right now, but in 50 days, when the uncertainty and the backup, the what if it has been depleted, what happens then? What happens if people don't start buying crude oil from the US? What happens if China says, no, I don't want to buy crude oil from the US. We want to buy it from Iran. They're going to give us a deal. They're going to make it cheaper and we can buy it, whatever. That's the problem with it, Now you're doing that and I don't know, that's just I guess you know what, we've done that before. So this is that part, that being risk on as a business owner, are you willing to risk it for the biscuit as a business owner? And you know what? Sometimes you have to as a business owner. So that's kind of what I'm zoomed in on right now. All right, we're back at 25,338. You guys notice here on my chart, I've also got that mapped out. Those are my Caramilla levels. When you guys hear me call those out in the morning, the breakout levels and all that, that's actually what they are. And they usually play out pretty nice. So right now we're sitting at the seller reversal. So really what Mike was mentioning earlier about that 391, I've got it marked out. Crazy thing is that for me, it's a breakout level, but really what you got to watch out for is what does price do when it gets there? Does it get there, take it, and then it just taps it and then says sayonara and then just runs out of steam? Or does it get through it aggressively? So, from my past experiences, you just got to kind of watch it because you have to see how price reacts to those levels. You can't just, nonchalantly say, oh, well, we're at this breakout, we're going to break out. Because sometimes that doesn't happen. They hit that target. We know there's bears there. There's a lot of seller pressure there. So they could just, just torpedo us once we get there. The selling pressure could be so high, it pushes it substantially down. Or it takes longer to break that level. Or we don't break it today at all. We just continue to range, Right now, I do have the morning opening range down below us at 25,251. I just got stopped out on my last short. So I was thinking we'd have a little bit of a cool off. Looks like the bulls are still interested in holding the market. We're still above that sell the reversal spot. So I'm being a little cautious here. I'm being a little cautious. But it does look like the market kind of wants to roll over and take a little dip. Away from trading for a second, I stumbled on a video last night on YouTube that helps with trading therapy. The lady mentioned a few software that you can use to automate locking your apps from working at specific times of day, like 9 a.m. to 10:30 Eastern. What do you think of that? That's an interesting thing. Me myself, I'm for it if you can't control yourself. If you really need something to rein in your self-control because you lack it, one, I'm sorry. Let me start off with that. One, I'm sorry. Two, what can we do to help you? What can we do to help you cross that threshold? Because trading is not about having to rely on that tool to stop you from trading. Trading is about personal growth and you growing yourself as an individual. Trading is very much about making money, but while you are trading, it is also a part of self-discovery because it will challenge you in ways that no other industry or any other job in this world will challenge you because very few, probably outside of maybe being a rock climber or something like that, are you solely dependent on yourself. Any other business you start, there's someone you have to rely on. You got to rely on the buyer. You got to rely on the post office is going to deliver the product on time. All these kinds of stuff like that. The developer that develops your product. But in trading, it's all about you. So for me, I more so, I want you to control yourself. You need to know when you need to stop. Why do you not? What is hindering you and what is stopping you from being the best trader? See, trading, all of us are doing one thing in trading. We're all doing the exact same thing. All of you all that are sitting here on the intrawebs listening, we're all trading mediocre strategies. We're all trading mediocre strategies, but what makes them amazing is that we have amazing risk management. Our risk management is what makes or breaks these strategies. It's not anything else. You can trade whatever it is you want. You could trade turtle soup, fair value gaps. You can trade support and resistance. You can trade EMAs. You can trade whatever you want. But at the end of the day, if your risk management is garbo, it's going to be garbo. It's going to be garbo today. It's going to be garbage tomorrow. It's going to be garbage in the next week. Until you can get over controlling yourself and saying, hey, I've already lost $200 today. Yeah, that's enough. That's enough. The only thing better that's going to happen to me if I continue trading is I'm going to dig myself a bigger hole. I'm not going to gain anything substantial out of it because I already know my past performance is when I get to these points, I make a bigger mistake. That's what you need to start learning. That's what you need to start understanding. You need to understand those key elements because that is you learning, that's you growing. I want you to grow. I don't want you to be like, well, I got to become a better trader because I have this app that locks out my trading platforms so I can't trade the rest of the afternoon. Well, what happens if there's a truce? What happens if Iran puts out a statement and says, hey, you know what? We're going to give up the uranium. We're going to X, Y, and Z. And the market goes ballistic. And you're there stuck kicking yourself in the butt because all your apps are locked and you can't unlock them because you couldn't control yourself. And now you get sidelined. What if? Right? What if? But you know what? As traders, our job is not about what if. Our job is to find and identify opportunities in the market that we can make money. And by you just taking, just trade after trade after, look at me. I need to show you guys some great trades in the day. It is some of my obligation to do that. But at the same token, I can't make something happen that's not there, right? I can't force something and prove something that, I'm just taking a belligerent trade just for shits and giggles. Who does that benefit? It makes me look foolish and I'm messing you guys up. So I have to be patient. There's a dozen eyes on me. I don't know how many folks are on the intrawebs watching the stream right now. So I have a huge amount of pressure on me that now I have an expectation. And the same expectation I have in my personal account. I got bills to pay. The mortgage is due, my friend. The wife is expecting dad to do his magic and pay the bills. But at the same token, I have to, there's longevity in the market. There's expectation. I want to make $1 million. Don't get me wrong, man. I want to be like Mike. I want to desperately be like Mike. I know you do. I know everybody in here does too. But that takes years. What price has he paid to be able to sit at the table that he sits at? What consequences has he had to pay to be able to gain entry to sit at that table? That is what all of us as traders have to understand. It is great to have that one-off trade that, I made $5,000 in this trade. Oh, that is beautiful. But if that is a one-off trade, then you are not doing anything other than gambling. You got lucky. If you look at your trade performance over the last 2 months, and if you have seen that you have not made that same trade again, then what is happening, my friend? You're not following a trade plan. You're not following a consistent trade strategy that can create reoccurring, identifiable, sustainable results. You're not taking the same lot size. You're not taking the same take profit. Those are all the crucial parts. It's just like when I first got into trading and started taking the props, I felt that the consistency rule was a farce. I thought it was kind of like, I don't need it. That's baloney. Man, what is that? But the reality is further from that. It is the absolute truth. If you are not consistent, you cannot. How do you want to be a professional trader if you can't be consistent? Any trader that's sitting at a professional brokerage that's managing millions and millions and billions of dollars, they are consistent. Their consistency rate is probably like 15 to 20%. Imagine that. That would be crazy. But it has to be, because now you have people's livelihoods on the line. You're not just gambling with your money, you're gambling with other people's money. But definitely, I hope that point drives it home for you. Self-control and self-reliance, having confidence in your trade and making the trade that you feel confident about. Hope that helps. All right, let's see. We're about 10 minutes away from New York lunch. Yeah, Nacho, like we've been talking about, the Venezuela oil probably won't come online till November. I think it's too late. I don't think it'll hit the market in time for us. We may end up, but it may be that we bear the brunt of it and then we get the relief. But I don't know. It's all about timing, right? That's probably the thing that's going to be the thorn in our side. Is, will the Venezuela oil get here fast enough to offset the increase in crude oil if the straits remain closed? Hey, Ken, good morning. Good morning. Good to see you. Mary, is there a resistance in order block? So right now, yes, I am seeing resistance at our 25,336 mark. We're pushing below it right now. Looks like we're struggling at that 319 mark. Mike mentioned it. I've mentioned it. My morning report that's the pivot mark right there. But we're kind of flat right here. It looked like we were going to push below it and get weak. Still looking fairly weak though, going into New York lunch. Don't pay attention to bearish order blocks while we're bullish. Those should be take profits when bullish. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Those can be take profits. Really, ultimately, what I'm looking for is, what does price do when we react to those price points? Does it get absorbed, or is the rejection significant? Do we have a drastic sell and a dip and a rejection from that spot, which would indicate that the bears are very much more in control and probably having larger sizing that they're able to eat up the bullish orders as they're hitting the market. Did anybody catch the Tyson Fury flight this weekend? Let's get a refresh on the chart, see what's happening here. Still a little weak. Looks like they might push us down. We've got the opening range orb sitting at 25,241. That's a nice, beautiful target for us just to kiss off of. It's here on the 2 minute. I've got VWAP right above it sitting at 25,234. What do you think, team? You guys think we'll get a little dip a little bit further? I should have double dipped on that. I should have went back when we hit the 25,336. That's a level I would have definitely liked to have taken again. It would have been a double shot for me. A little double tap. Looks like we're rolling under the EMAs. Can we get a clean flush down to that 15? What do you guys think? I think so. It's looking weak now. Looking like we're gonna break it now. Got a little bit of a support line at 25,293. So maybe we'll get a wick into that. Man, I can't believe I got stopped out on that position. That was a decent entry too. Sheesh. Should have went for it the second time though. I knew better. Yeah, it looks topsy. I mean, I just have a trouble like what's gonna really move the market further up. We got the rebound from the sell. We got that nice push. Let's go to the 15 real quick. So from Friday to Sunday's open, we've already made up all that gap. That gap's all done now. You got a nice cup. It took can you believe that? It took that many hours to recover it. It took that many hours to recover it. I was like, eh. Algo's got me long right in here. So we're up, what, two, three, four. We're up like $400 in my PAs right now. So pretty decent day in the PAs. And here in the blue sky, I mean, we got stopped out for 950. Yeah, well, we ain't doing nothing with 950. They're holding. Can they hold that 9? Got the 9 EMA on the 3 minute sitting at 25,312. It's just like right there. Let's roll on over to the 3 minute. You can kind of see it just lingering there. Look at that. Look at it, trying to get under it. Can I break it? Can I break it? I think it is. Yep, there it is. We got the candle below the 9 now. How low should go? Man, I kind of want to chase this, but I know I shouldn't. Yeah, I'm just like you guys. I get the same dilemma. I want to chase it. I missed the entry, but you just gotta kind of know that if you miss it, you miss it. You just gotta wait. It stinks. Nobody wants that. I mean, you couldn't imagine how many trades I've missed because I'm here talking or I'm looking at something else. But that's the game, man. It's like I'd rather miss the trade than be stubborn and chase it and then lose money because then I wasn't paying attention. So here we are. It's over. Hey Steve, call me if you're short. Maybe we can get a pullback, right? Maybe we can retest that 25 336 and then they'll stuff it back down. Getting, what am I getting? I need signal on something. KOF is up 5% on the day. That's oil related. Some of the oil is starting to rip to the upside. Let's take a look at MCL real quick. MCL. Let's take a look at the micro crude on oil. Interesting. Almost the same chart. Look at that. It looks the same way. This is crazy. But struggling at the EMA. Wow, look at that. Under the 200 and VWAP on MCL. Oh, that is an interesting. Can the Bulls maintain the bullish trend, though? Can they reclaim the 9 EMA and get back above it? You guys can see there, I've got my EMAs colored as well. So I've got the 26 green, I've got the 9 red. So when you've got the green above, you should be long on this. So we're waiting for the EMAs to converge now. That's really what you're waiting for. So if you're looking for a confirmation to short it, if you hadn't shorted it from the pop, you'd be waiting for basically the 9 or the 26 to start curving under, to start pushing us down. So it'll go from carrying to pushing. And the Bulls are fighting. And welcome, fam, to New York lunch here. Don't forget, we've got a full day ahead of us. Hey, market might get a little choppy here. We're going to lose some volume. Don't forget, we just had the London Power Hour. So London session has closed out. And we're in New York lunch. So we do have some institutional investors who will be pulling out of the market. And that will be a direct result showing us that lack of volume. And don't forget, friends, as well, in the next hour, our live podcast will be recorded here inside the Discord. So if you guys are watching on the interwebs, we'd love to have you in the Discord. Link is in the chat below. Stop in the Discord, ask us some questions, or drop your questions in the chat. If you have a question for one of the coaches here at Blue Sky, we'd love to have them and answer them live on stream. Oh, wow. Look at that. Looks like Makaram just dropped another gem on us. He goes, you guys struggling with paying taxes today? Well, you know what? We're doing $100 launch plans. Or I'm sorry, we're doing 100K launch plans for $29. That ends on the 17th. So there you go. Grab yourself a 100K launch plan for $29. Launch 100 is a code. Dang, 29 bucks. We might be signing up for some launch plans now. That's not bad. Oh man, why couldn't I have my short? I could have been a good short. Hmm. Do not do that. Do not be posting that on the interwebs. Do not be posting that on the interwebs. Now I saw that there's some people that they have like AI agents that are just scanning social medias. So if somebody says that they're like not paying their taxes and stuff like that, they're generating reports and reporting them as IRS violators and stuff. You know that? I saw someone like talking about that this weekend. I was like, what? I was like, that's kind of messed up, man. I mean, why would you, one, why would you be on the internet telling people that you're breaking the law, for one? Why would you be acknowledging that? Why would you be so gullible to do that? Would be my first question. Right? Nacho, what's your real name? I'm kidding, man. Right. Hex no. Mike. Terrible. Oh, man. Yeah, I thought they weren't going after people if it was under 150 million or something. Didn't they say that? Or is that only fraud? Looks like the Bulls are trying to step in. The EMAs have crossed over. You can see that right here. We're gonna see if we can catch a bid on this. You'd have to get back to 312 if it could do it. If it could do it. I mean, the scary part is you got targets upside and downside. Downside you could get down to like 25,273, or you could get back up to 25,311. I think the buy cycle is over though. I'm gonna pick up a single con to short this, and we'll scale into it as needed. That's what we're gonna do. Just to where I can limit my risk. Because on the three we've already broken below it. Oh, damn. Okay. Well, I guess we're just gonna get in it then. How about see if we can get 15 out of this and then we'll re-enter it one more time. If it just wicks down, I just want to take a quick profit. If not, I'll scale more into it as needed. Let's just see. Oh man, that's a big candle. It's 312 with a nasty rejection. Do we get it? I'm gonna see if I can stack it here. Candles are moving a little erratic for me. Did we get it? Okay, good, 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 good. Okay, good. Now we're into it with two cons. So the bears can continue pushing it down. Yeah, you already know. I'm volatile, man. Volatile. It's New York lunch, so that's what unfortunately happens with the volume. It can get real wicky during New York lunch. It's like, come on. There's a little bit of bullish divergence trying to kick in on the market, though. Giving me a little worry. I'm gonna bring in my take profit to 25,289. Let's see if we get that wick there. My stop at the wick high, that's at 25,344. Looks like the bulls are gonna take this thing. Yeah, we're back over the EMAs. Volume is pretty light though. Only about 450 orders on the chain right now. There's that 25,312. And could the market start building support here for its next leg up? That's the scary part. Come on, give us a pullback down to the orb high. Oh, we can reload. We'll go long down there. Everybody's happy. About 10 minutes into New York lunch as well. Don't forget, guys, get up, stand up, stretch those legs, get a fresh cup of coffee, fresh water, because we get a whole lot of trading day left. Don't forget, we've got some great coaches coming in this afternoon. You got Coach Becky, Coach Matt in this afternoon for Power Hour. And you never know, we might have another one of our special guest coaches come on in for Power Hour. Don't want to miss that. So supposedly there's rumors that the US and Iran might rumors of course be negotiating the nuclear peace treaty. So basically that they may take a 20-year pause on uranium enrichment. I'm going to go ahead and get out of this position. I don't like that rumor. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay, good. We got it. We're out of it. Good, 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 good. And this is highly speculative, of course, team. So this is just rumor, of course. So, we know buy the rumor, sell the news, right, team? That's what I'm getting out of this because I'm hearing it in some of my news wires, and they're usually fairly quick on that. So you might see a pretty decent candle move if that's factual, or if it starts spreading like wildfire. So just be prepared. Not saying for you guys to take a trade off that. Just you know, and there come the Bears again. There's that 25-3-1-2. Cannot get above that. Struggling to stay above that. Like the market sees that and it just putters out. It is so cray. Stressful. Let's take a look at the 15-minute. Let's see how that's lined up for us. A few bucks down here from that last trade, but plenty of time in the day. Plenty of time in the day. Maybe I can catch a pullback if we're gonna keep going up. There's that 9 EMA right there on the 15-minute holding up. Just like bike. Um, I factor in the news. I can't say I necessarily, it's a little bit of a combination of both. So, I let the news kind of give me an expectation of what it possibly might do to the market, whether it's positive or negative. And then I add that to like my 2 hour and 15-minute outlook on the market. So like that's the first thing I'll do is, I'll line up the 2 hour with the daily to see what the overall trend is. And then from there I'll go down to the lower time frame. So the two and the daily look like we're on a bullish trend. Now I'm on a bullish mindset. I'm looking for, taking longs off the pullbacks and vice versa. If we're selling and it looks like I sell, then I'm shorting the pops. But I just definitely like to know what's happening in the news because that can give you the catalyst you're looking for. And I don't like to not know why something has happened. Like if there's a pop or a sell or something, I want to have an understanding of why that happened. I want to be able to put my finger on it and say, oh, this is why this happened. Well, it depends on your news feed and who you're listening to. And like I said, I'm not really taking a trade based off of it. I just need to know how that might possibly affect me, or I want to make a decision. Really, the most important part to me on that is if I'm already in a trade. How green am I in it? Am I substantially up in the trade? Then I have to make a decision on do I want to risk my profit that I'm in based on that news event that could drop? And sometimes I actually know it before I hear it before. Some of the folks I listen to, they're pretty good with the news. But that's also what makes trading very intimate to all of us. Everybody has a different way of how they process information. What they're listening to, what they're reading, what they're analyzing on the charts. It's very subjective. So ultimately, you've got to find what is your edge. That's kind of my edge. I like to listen to the news. I like to be well informed with my trades so that if I'm in a position, I want to make the best decision I can. So, if I anticipate something's coming or, maybe it hasn't, maybe the news I just talked about hasn't hit the wire yet. Maybe it adversely affects the market in a manner that I was in position for correctly. It at least means that I'm managing the position the best to my capability. And that's really important to me. All right, we're 17 minutes into the top of the hour, still just kind of just grinding away here. It's really funny on the sub time frames. I mean, you can see it right there on the 15-minute. We got a nice bull flag right here that's formed. We just popped out of. As a matter of fact, you could kind of argue that we've done that twice here. We've had almost the same pattern that's broken out here, and you have that next flag pattern that's right here. So we're right in the middle of those two. Can we make a third flag? Because flags usually reoccur. You'll have that next breakout, and then you'll make a third flag pull. When I know a market is going to open very low, I just look for buys while other people keep thinking it's dumping more and has eventually paid off. Yeah, that's one way you could do it. A lot of people like to buy into selling pressure. That is how they like to position themselves. That as the market is selling, they'll buy into it. They'll buy into weakness and stuff. So, that's a pretty standard fundamental strategy there. As long as you're managing your risk, then like I said earlier, all of us are trading mediocre strategies, and the only thing we have control over is creating fantastic risk management. All of us. It's your risk management that really makes you or breaks you. Not oversizing and not deviating from your lot sizing so that your win to loss ratio works in your favor. That at the end of the day, that maybe you did take a loss, it's offset by maybe 4 or 5 trades that were positive. So that's the crucial point to that kind of stuff. And having ammunition, if you're DCing into a negative position, you got to know the exact sizing and the areas that you're supposed to be DCAing into it so that you're not, increasing your risk faster than you're, lowering your cost average. Because that can be kind of tricky too. A lot of traders can get caught up in that. Where's the right place to add a con if you're trying to DCA in? Not just buy if it drops, but obviously look for good confirmations. Oh man, that's a huge candle to the upside. Yeah, like market open yesterday. Yeah, definitely. If you got a strategy that's working for you, I definitely, suggest, keep at it. Fine tune what's working on it. How can you exploit that working strategy and maximize it for your best outcome, Hopefully, you can find some better opportunities in paper trading of how you can kind of exploit it and make it your golden strategy. Man, they rejected that pretty nasty at 361. 15-minute looks good though. 15-minute looks real good. Yeah, yesterday was really interesting. You bring up a great point. A lot of people anticipated the market was going to dump. I mean, look at Jim Cramer. Jim Cramer actually put out a post on X that he was surprised that the market had not sold off more, which I found that very like shocking because I was like, dang, Jim's over here saying that he expected the market to be much more rad, and that's not the case. It just shows that there was a lot of people expecting more blood, and the market proved to be more resilient. And really, it took all the way up until about an hour ago to recover that full sell-off. So that's another like really interesting tidbit there that maybe some folks may not have realized. It's just dang, the market just went for it. And it took all day, so there was a lot of uncertainty. It was a gradual stair climb up, but it did happen. Well, looks like we're pushing up here into New York lunch now. Does that sell the reversal spot? Sheesh. Well, let's see here. Looks like we're gonna get a candle close above that sell the reversal spot here now. Glad I got out of that short. Looks like we might just get that wick up to the upside now. How can we get in on this though? I mean, I don't think we're gonna get a chance to jump in on this. I think we're just gonna get that nice push right here. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Come on. There's 25,363 now. Got a new high a day now. 25,366.50 is your new intraday high, ladies and gentlemen. Can we get to that 390? That's insane if we get up there. 388 a short. You know, my if I were to look at a level, yeah, I would probably be looking at that 390 level, that 388. Yeah, definitely. Considering that for a short, I would set your stop tight though and just be careful with it, because if the volume steps in and they buy up all those sellers, they'll yeah, because the sellers have been there for a while. They're just sitting there. So it really depends on what kind of volume we get through it. That's a nice high a day right there. So you can get the chart back up here. Let me share this. I finally got a hold of Tradeify, so I'm actually got an email with them. Oh, I got a little buy signal there on the on the sub time frames. Mike told us 388 to 390. Yeah, well, that's my breakout level too. But also, like I said, it really depends on what price does there. If we explode past it, then your take profit, I would expect, would be at 25, 455. I'm bullish. I wouldn't be trying to short it. I would be trying to go, oh man, there it is. There's a 390. Like I said, you need to watch how this happens here. Because if it gets crazy and if it just explodes past it, you're gonna get stopped out like immediately. So it'd be more like a scalp. I wouldn't necessarily mean like a big move to like short it. You know what I'm saying? But it's all a matter of how you are trading this. I wouldn't though. I'd be going for TP1. So I'd be going for 25, 455. White House stream. Trump is talking. So Iran, US possible news. We get the agreement here, and we might be talking about what we were just saying. Oh, there's that rejection. Nice. Who took that short? Pushed it back down to 25,381. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. If you guys got that short, mwah, took it. Beautiful. Let's go back to the 15 and let's see what this looks like. Yep, there's the flag pole. No, we got to see how will the next push be? Will it be the next leg up and it will give us the real stick? Nice. See, that's what you want to do right there, Prawn, is you just want to just attack it, take your money and run. Because now we're back up to that breakout spot. That's why I said, trades like that, you got to be careful. You have to have a plan on what exactly you're doing with it. Oh, I took my money and ran. Oh, we know you did tip. Look at that. What are you doing here? It's not a bearish day. Shoosh. Shoosh, it's not a bearish day. Take your bearish buddies and scram. I know you can. I know you can. Good to see you, Tip. Hope you had a great weekend, my friend. We need to get in this. We need to get in this. I'm down. I'm down $83 on the day. What the front door? Can't get that breakout. Oh, Lordy. You still holding on to that short? Run. I'm watching it. Oh, look at that sell. Oh, the Bears look like they finished their job right there. Stuffing us back down to 25, 373, 50. Let's see if we get back up to that breakout spot. Should we try to take a short if we get back up to 390? Oh, of course, shorts are. Oh my God, look at that push. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Trump is going to speak soon. Yup, there's your bull flag. I talked about it. I mentioned it. You're long? Nice. stuff us back down to 25,380. Yeah, we like tipped, like you just touched at 25,411. My take profit 25,455 if we're getting that kind of news. Well, that's great. You know, if we get a negotiation and we get a peace deal today, that would be awesome. I would say I would be super surprised. Still struggling here at 25,382. Well, there's that push. There's that 25,390. Oh, come on, get it above that 390. You know you want to get above that, and we're gonna. Oh, there it is. There's that push. Oh my God, there's 314. Come on, do it. Trump is posting a bunch of stuff on True Social. 34 ships went through Hormuz yesterday. So yeah, he's got a press conference that's going to start at any minute. So you guys just be safe. It's at 391. Dang. Come on, man. We're here. They're holding it. I mean, if you're bullish, it's not bad. It's where you want to hold. Trump is not normal news. It's not. It's manipulated market news. That's the unfortunate thing about it. It's market manipulation one-on-one, my friend. You just got to know it's there and, have an understanding of where you sit relevant to that. Back below 391, sitting at 389. Got our new high of day sitting at 25,423. Oh, that's funny. Well, I'm glad to see we had some YouTube and some questions from our viewers on the intrawebs. Definitely nice to see them engaging with us. If you guys want to see us take a look at a chart, hey, feel free to drop that in, or if you have a question. Look at that. Come on, man. Oh, this is tough. They got us pegged up here, just hanging out for dear life. It's almost like they want to wait for retail, for institutions to come back from the end of New York lunch to figure out what they're going to do. They're going to rip this thing or not. And there we go. Oh my God. So, okay. So we're hearing that there's 30 ships that made it through the strait, but the factual amount of ships that made it through were 4. So we're shy. We're shy of. So yeah. Oh my goodness. Trump is starting to speak. He's taking some questions. Oh my God. And watch for volatility, team. Who knows what's gonna come? So just watch your positions, team. Market not liking it so far. Under VWAP right now on the sub time frames. You flattened all. Yep, I definitely would think that's a good idea right now. It looks like the market is not going to do what most of us want. So I would definitely, yeah. Made a few bucks off that first trade. I'm sure you made a little off this last one too. Oh, all right. There she goes. A little bit better now. Okay, we're on regular candles. Trump says that he's been called by Iran and they're ready to make a deal. So that's that. Oh, this manipulated market. Getting back to that breakout spot now. 25,382. What the Bulls gonna do here? They can get us back over 391. They're gonna do it this time. I'm gonna take one. I'm gonna put my stop at the 26. That is at 25,342. Trump says many ships are headed to the US to buy oil. Come on, Bulls. Get us back up there. Do it. Come on, bulls. No, they don't know when to sell. There's a lot of hopium in the market, tipped, you know? I was reading about people were talking about helium, how they use helium on the wafers, and the helium was on its way up. You know that? I was finding that kind of interesting because I guess let's see, I think 30% of the helium comes from Iraq. So this has also affected their helium production. That's like one of the ones that most people aren't really looking at, I hear. I'm not sure. I don't really follow helium myself. Not on my radar. I think I kind of want to tighten the stop up. Let's put it right there. I don't want to lose like $200. I could deal with 130. I'll put me like 200 in the hole. Let's see. But can we get to? I need a better take profit zone than that. I don't think that's right. All right, you're saying 420 would be where I would want to take it. Okay, that'll work. It's crazy, right? He's talking about like a crazy market. And look at that. Do we hit our target? Come on. Let's go for that 420. Let's go for 455. That's a nice profit target right there. 278. I like it. To remove our stops in the money. Put my stop in the money. Put my stop at 386.75. Right? Oh, I already am long. I've been long since 25,384. Can you see my trade? Hopefully you can. You can see that, right? Okay, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I took the long on the break on the 15. Yeah, I just used the pullback on the 26. That's what I used. Just to, maintain consistency with what I do here on a daily with you all. Come on, push this thing, Bulls. Got 10 minutes till the top of the hour. Trying to eat through all this bullish order block right here. Remember, I told you guys, it really depends on how we get through this zone. It's really critical. You know, we want to maintain and we just want to eat through all these sell orders. There's sellers here just trying to aggressively suppress the price action and not let it go further up. So, really, you got to just keep an eye on how price reacts here. You don't want to lose the level. If they lose the level, then it means that the bears outnumber the bull. See, there you go. Push. There's 17. Come on, get up there, baby. Come on. So Trump is basically saying that China wants this to end and that this is going to be resolved in 2 weeks. He's applying additional pressure to Iran that they need to come to some kind of negotiation with this. So, you know, oh, there's 25 433. Let's go. Let's go. We're way above that mark here. Let's update the chart a little. Yeah, tell me about it, right? It happens to us all. We're not positive. We're up $166 on this trade now. I'm gonna go ahead and take my stop a little bit higher and put it at 25 391. Running out of time to get it up there though. I want it. I wanted it at that 455 before we get out of New York lunch. Come on, Bulls, do it. What's the take profit? I'm shooting for 455. I'd like to see what price does when we get up there, to be honest with you, though. It depends on if the candle starts to get aggressive and I start seeing a bigger, volume step in to carry us up. I might just go for TP2. TP2 is sitting for us at 25 482. So it really depends on what volume does and if they can maintain it. Right now, it is looking a little weak. There's a bunch of sell orders here. There is a metric ton of sell orders here. So we got to maintain and get above this level. We got to get it above 25 435. Looks like the Bulls ain't going to be able to do it. The Bears there's just too much sell orders there. Well, it looks like I'm going to get stopped out on that position there. Got my stop right below the 9. We'll see, though. Stranger things have happened. Come on, Bulls. Come on, get us back over 400. Get us back over to 400, then get us to 420. And we're stopped out on that position, unfortunately. Oh man, I tell you. I tell you. Not too bad though. Not too bad. Picked a little at our loss for the day. We're only $59 down for the day. So not too bad. Not too bad. Plenty of opportunity to make it up and get green for the day. But that's why we put our stop in the money, right, ladies and gentlemen? Trade management. Would have been nice though. Would have been nice. So we're just waiting for Trump. Supposedly he got some McDonald's in the office. That sent McDonald's ripping to the upside that he had a delivery of McDonald's. You know, I like Mike's idea about bringing in stocks. What about you guys? I was asking Rich about that, you know, by possibly bringing up a volumetric a stocks account. That is a stupid. It ripped McDonald's. MCD ripped on the news that he got a delivery. I shit you not, man. I don't make the rules, man. You know, I'm just some guy playing another guy trading some stocks. It's crazy. Looking kind of weak though. It looks like the bicycle is over. I don't think they'll push us into the mid afternoon session to the upside. I mean, they could. They could. I mean, I could be wrong. They could just keep moving us and just slowly staircase us up to the upside. You know, that's the crummy thing about upside plays. You know, is it'll be a slow grind and it'll play with your psychology because you'll be thinking that it's gonna pull back. Yes, yes. I saw someone post that tip that they were gonna throw their if the spy went green, if the spy went green, they were gonna do that. I mean, it just goes to show, man, you know, your bias is, you know, it's not up to us. You know, our job is just to write the skirt tail of, you know, institutions and write the trend. Yeah. He said as soon as he's done with Iran, maybe he'll stop by Cuba. Darn, man. This guy gonna let go, man. I think that 455 is on target. You know that? I think 455 is just right on target. I'm kind of mad I cut my position. Well, I didn't cut my position, so it wasn't really up to me. It was the chart did that to me. You know, we got hosed on that. Uh oh. Okay, team. Well, I'm gonna take a quick break because it is the midday. I'm gonna team up with the rest of our staff in Blue Sky, and we will be coming back to you all in just a few minutes. Viewers on the intraweb, you're going to be taking a quick break, but we'll keep back with you all. So make sure you turn on those notifications because we'd love to see you and have you come back with us with our midday show with our podcast. All right, team. So I will see you all soon.